I know what it said. Said, try Dent, don't try me.
Somebody just bought me a sweat rag.
Yeah, you should learn from Ali. You're gonna need it.
Like I'm at BI. I ain't gonna use it. Why? Just for that, I'm just gonna use my sleeve.
Put your headband on, Wally. Put your headband on.
That's what I'm missing. Hold on. You right, Devontae. I'm out of the proper uniform. Hold on, wait. Hold on, Keith. We can't start until I get my wristbands. Hold on. Whoa, exactly.
Please don't try me.
Hey, Javante, do you have a Ustreaming service, a live stream service?
But you could have, if you would have told me maybe 2 hours before, I could have got it for you, but I don't be streaming nothing.
So try
you got a YouTube?
What you mean?
You have a YouTube channel?
Nah, man, you know I ain't got no.
I thought you were famous, man. I've been bragging on you. I know Sonny got it. Sonny, you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, this feature was about to go left real quick without this. Yeah, thank you, Javante. Look at God. Send the help. This everybody. This is official performance. This is the official performance wristband.
In the name of Will, the real one.
Exactly. I will remember my wristband. Double. Look, see how big it is? Double.
My partners trying to ball like the NBA. So they out here moving product like it's very gay.
Who was that, Wally?
Toby.
You need to send me a playlist. That's Toby right there?
Yeah.
I ain't heard that one.
Yep.
Javante used to send me a lot of playlists from Rochester, New York, but he moved and lost the groove. Oh, you still on, Javante? You hear me? Damn it. Yeah, I wasn't talking about y'all. I was talking about Talitha husband. My bad.
Javante finna get some goals now that he at Miami. He about to drop 6 to the bottom.
Hey, exactly. We going.
Wait till these braces come off. It's a problem.
I'm definitely doing that.
6 to the bottom, 2 fangs to the top. You know what it is.
I'm definitely about to do that.
Just the bottom, though. Just the bottom. Just the bottom.
I'm definitely doing that.
Just the bottom. Hey, we got it. Hey, you got to get a vert. How long you been down south, Vontae?
Almost 4 years.
Yeah. Well, you know you got one more year before you got to get your vert. When you got one more year, you got to get your vert.
I'm gonna take you to the fleet, Javante. Get you a Dickie suit and a leather hat.
Yeah, I need that. And I'm gonna say, eeny. Boy, green. That boy green, no. Boy, green. That jig green. That jig green, boy. No.
Trina looking like, hey, Trina, what's up?
Hey, hold up.
Hey.
My spirit of pettiness. I love Jones you tonight, buddy.
I say.
Wow.
I rebuke every aspect of that Love Jones spirit in the name.
Wally, she got to do a poem off that, Wally.
That ain't the Lord's will for nobody life right there.
See, Wally, this is how you know you living right. You got celebrities joining.
Yeah, man, I'm humbled and honored.
All I had was my wife and kids joining.
No, you had your mama, your sisters, your brother, your cousin, your friend from kindergarten.
What? Hey, must be nice. I asked my wife if she was getting on the line. It was a long pause and an hour. Like,
she owned it now, though.
I got that too.
Hear your poetry all the time. Tired of your poetry.
We see you, Charmaine.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
And he telling stories. The truth ain't in him.
A long look and a dramatic pause when I asked if you was coming on the line. That's all right.
Well, that was better than the answer I got when I asked you to feature.
Say what now?
When I asked you to feature, you said, hell no. What? Well, hold on. What you say again? Oh, let me check.
Now, where they teach you down to the church, Devontae? That's the Wally. That's the language they teach you down to the church.
No, not at all. That's not. He's
I was gonna say they definitely say that my church. I grew up Baptist.
Why I think I'm lying? I got it on tape, but the tape just broke. Try Jesus, don't try me.
Y'all don't like the Eat track though, off the Pandemic Project?
Who is this?
Toby. It's still Toby, but the track is called Eat, and Fat is on the second verse.
How does it go?
I eat beats, watch me dining, shining. I illuminate the moves that
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's
Put
that.
it on
song
everything
right
like Tony Caceres.
Cut the beat.
there. Cut the beat. Yeah.
That's my jump rope song when I work out.
All right, let's see what we got. I haven't heard it yet. We're gonna check it out now.
So we're gonna start when this track go off.
No, he ain't more crucial than alignment. That's why the flow is intertwined with both, and I'm defiling every beat I'm on, even though I know it's wrong to treat rappers like a napkin after I pissed on commodes. Then I wipe us on the toilet, can't decipher if you know that my life is tied to giving hoodlums life despite the hoes that the sights are fixed upon and give them pipe out of control. But the plight when Biden has almost wiped out frontal lobe of our heritage. Kids like me who grew up savage, they got embarrassed when they went to their partner crib and see they mattress had a bed frame. Shout out to those who told me Toby was a pet name. Toby Chukudu Ben Weekwe is my correct name. Praise God for follies of my colleagues that embody everything I overcame, blowing that gadget to suppress pain. Oh, but I was weak though, so on occasion purple haze would keep me warmer than a peacoat. Should be what you portray when you placebo, but now my flow to Chico, everybody is like a kilo. Oh. Kilo. Everybody kilo. Toby Chukudu Ben Weekwe is my correct name.
Yeah, look, hit the ground running like a halfback. Mad black, P365 in my knapsack. Blast that, all who tried to harm me, I don't scratch that. I dropped 2 kids and I still snap back. Had to have these girls don't think my pen dead. Hard to sleep on me like a twin bed. Now I ball like a skinhead. Shot, that's what Slim said. Wish for the right check to make it. I can't wait to poverty. Till I move beside Booty, obviously. I speak the novelty. We don't hide the way we create. That's how we made it to Beyonce playlist. So we used to have some open faces, but now we got it covered up with spaces. Covered up with faces. Fuck faces. That influence by the city of the spacious. Never going back to the gracious or the same shit. I'm about to be on the first day basis. First day basis.
Don't go with the flow. Doing grind. Go to the bubble quaggy on your head is what my mom say. On the beat, I go Harambe. Stacey Adams head to toe on a prom day. 2 kids like wilder than Deontay. Why down trying to get a verse from my
See, Wally?
Wally, you muted the song.
You muted us. We can't hear the song.
Please don't try to take my life this for catastrophe. On my soul ain't no
My
hope in
bad.
my anatomy. But I put it on everything like Tony Sanders.
Cut the beat. Cut the beat.
Rodgers, don't try me. I don't have to.
All right, Sonny, you want to go first? You want to kick it off? Sonny, you heard me?
She heard you. Girl, if you don't unmute yourself.
Don't even worry about it. I got backup.
I know excuses even when muted. I don't even want to hear it. No, ma'am.
I gotta look for my notebook. I don't want to keep y'all waiting.
It's right there on your left, on the hand you're right with. So first on the mic tonight, y'all, we're gonna have Miss Lovely Banks. Y'all show some love, Miss Lovely Banks.
Hey.
Put back on that yard.
Miss Lovely Banks. Try Jesus, don't try me. Stuck in my head now.
And I miss your singing so bad, Keith.
For real?
Yeah, man.
I miss your dancing so bad, you know?
You need to repent right now. What? You didn't mean that at all.
He be hitting them blue notes. Y'all don't know nothing about that blue note. Keep blue notes.
That color don't even exist in the 64 box. That I don't know what. No, that ain't blue nothing.
No,
Well, I hate don't look good on you either, man. It don't. I got you singing on the track too, Wally.
We'll talk about that too.
Hard time.
You sound very mean.
And the man was trying to grind.
On what?
On everything. So that he can make it rain.
Treated on
sunshine. Hey.
You know what? I'm gonna start the show off. I'm gonna start the show off with that.
Yes.
Dog it. Just for Wally don't want to hear me singing. Hold up. Let me get it right.
Go ahead.
Y'all can see my video up?
No.
All right, here we go. She was having a hard time.
No. That's not the right key. You gotta get it down here.
That's the key.
She was having a hard time.
Hey.
She was having a hard time.
No, that ain't it.
She was having a hard time.
That's no.
She was having a hard time.
No.
That didn't sound right, but it felt good on that one, y'all. I think I'm gonna change that cadence up. Here we go. I think I got it now. She was having a hard time because a man was trying to grind.
What?
On everything.
What'd he say?
Saying he can make it rain. But she wanted some sunshine. So she came to hear me rhyme.
How many times?
One time. And it blew her mind. She asked me would I die for her. I told her yes. And she can even pick the color. The ultimate lover, and I did love her, and I still do. She asked me how you feel, boo. I replied with my caressing and massaging hands because with this man, she had lived a death sentence, punishing her, admonishing her, astonishing her with angriness and dangerous. It's how the relationship started to be. It became harder to see happiness. Frowns became natural to her like her nappiness. It was as if a smile was a temporary perm, and she learned that it can burn if left on her face too long, too strong with the shame. She began to moan from the pain. She became addicted to domes for the pain. Better right wrote a song for the pain. Black on black, born for the pain. A baby was born for the pain and the pity because she became paralyzed in Haines City because she couldn't move away from the chickens and bitties that ran wild in the streets, laying eggs in the heat. That became her nourishment because praying hands gotta eat. But he kept those shackles on her feet. So when she heard that African beat telling her to run, all she can do was hum and use her imagination because when it came to hope, she was like them Catholics. She had none to work with, spending her Sundays and money at churches instead of at church because it hurt to see the preacher, because his son was the very creature that would be her, that cheater, sit at home and eat up with his feet up, wouldn't even greet her or meet her at the hospital to give her a ride home, and that's bad. Had to catch a cab, like she had to catch a jab to the jaw because she threatened to call the law, but the distance to the phone was too long because by the time she made it to it, it wasn't on because he had snapped the cord at the walls. If she was smart, she would have kicked him in the balls. pause, but she didn't. If she was smart, she would have grabbed the knife out the kitchen, but she didn't. He hit her with a right and left, the belly living, kicking on the kitchen floor, losing blood and flinching slow. Will she see her kids grow? At that moment, she didn't know. And that was 2 years ago, many tears and fears ago. And although she's healing slow, she still has this urge to kill him though. And although he used to hit her hard, now he can barely hit her because he's missing 2 fingers off each hand because her brothers found that man for doing what he had did and they split his wig. But now she's writing poems about her experience with him. And although they are quite dim, the bright light was that she began to write. She said the open mic night saved her life. And then I sadly posed the question to her that she had asked me, would you die for me? I looked at her with dotted eyes and said I already did. Thanks to my new Black on Black rhyme, family and friends, for showing me how to live, because I feel as if I've been born again. Amen.
Amen.
Time. Because a man was trying to grind on everything, saying he can make it rain, but she wanted some sunshine.
She wants some what?
Sunshine.
What?
Sunshine. And so she came to hear me rhyme one time, and it blew her mind.
What happened now?
She's doing fine. Woo. Where that sweat rag at, Wally? And that's why you doing the video off. Got tears in my eyes, sweat going down my forehead. Woo, hands sweating. Finna write something else. I feel crazy, Charmaine. I feel crazy. That Black on Black rhyme throwback. So y'all tricked me to start the show off. It worked. It worked. Okay. But now we got, Sonny, you found that poem yet? Oh yeah, Trina, be looking for yours too. Yeah. So next we got Miss Lovely Banks. Y'all show Miss Lovely Banks some love.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Greetings.
Oh.
Okay. I wish he would have warned me, send a little message or something, but okay.
Yeah, he called you up.
I did.
But you wasn't in your chair.
He wasn't.
Y'all supposed to be on my side, not Keith's side, but okay.
Be on the virtual side.
Can't stand him, Lord. The first time I learned about death was in Lion King. Scar hated his brother so much that he killed him to be put on the throne. I thought even then these were fibs because how could family be this dysfunctional? Do they really function like this? I believed everyone that I encountered were saints until I got further into the movie. Then I realized how for a quick sec at the end of this movie, Simba lost his family when they thought he took out his own. And as a child, I wish I would have paid more attention. I realized then that family was standing by anyone they consider blood. I should have known better with my family. They disowned me because they felt I was trying to take out someone they considered their own. He touched me, took my innocence, but we're a pride and you should suck it up and keep moving on. Now I feel this emptiness of being separated in the desert and running for miles and miles from the hyenas that were sent to kill me. They were flying high because they were my life, and I avoided them by trying to stay low. See, they were okay that I had no growth. I was supposed to die, commit suicide because the trauma of losing cut me down and inching my insides. Some people found me and they took me in. They taught me no worries because it was all in God's hands. And I may be crying right now as I type because that's no easy feat. And I might as well go up and challenge Scar because I have more of a chance facing victory than defeat. I forgot who I was. I forgot whose image I was created in. I forgot that every season is my circle of life, a revolving door that is unpredictable with strife. Now I'm facing a feat where my Scar really wants to break me for his own selfish conquest. My husband has decided that it's not me but him that needs to get away from this stress. Then I realized I don't want to run anymore. I faced it head on because even though I don't have my family's blood running through me anymore, I have strength, courage, pain, love of me, and compassion streaming through me, my veins. This is my circle of life. And even though I died at the bottom, I came up to breathe new life. I'm done with it.
Y'all show Lily Banks some love. Love, you have any product? What you got going on with your life right now?
So I have a book out. It's named I Break Free. It's a poetry/memoir book. And I have a poetry album that's supposed to be coming out in November and another poetry book. Both of them are called The Pain a Poet Knows. So that's what I got going on.
So a poet got hit in the nose. What you said?
The pain a poet knows. I keep quiet.
You said you painted a poet nose. I said, no, she didn't say that. She had to say something else. I got it. All right. Y'all show the poet some love.
All right.
I get to hear Trina, and I haven't heard Trina in about 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
My God. Trina used to be queen of staccatos, but I don't know. She cut it short.
No. We're going to bring it back when you have that contest.
Yes,
I got some good ones stacked up for you, okay?
Okay. Can't wait to hear him. You was a beast. Yes.
No, I was piggybacking a lot of times out for you guys. You guys was laying it down, and I was just kind of tagging along. But yeah, hands down.
It don't matter how you create them, they got created. That's what we
I do like looking at my stuff, but can you take me off the spotlight?
No, because I didn't have you on spotlight when you perform, so you got to get 3 minutes up there. I'm hosting this, all right? Got you like you did the first time when I called you up.
That hat fire though. Just look down.
That is. I thought it said damn you at first, and that's an F. It's a fam you.
And it's almost October 3rd, so you already know.
And she put the TCC on the watch. She got a fam hat on. It's degrees to this. Girl, drop down and get your eagle on. All right, I'm gonna take your spot.
And Devontae just encouraging the foolishness.
That's what they are the Eagles.
Hey,
I'll give it to them.
That don't make you Flacco, you shoot birds. All right. So next we have Sonny, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I got you. And Sonny, before you start, could you please, well, you can do it after you perform, but please tell us about your business and how we can support. Now you can actually put it in the chat as well.
Okay, let's do that first. Let me put the Cash App question page.
What was that, Lovely?
She does vegan food. I think I seen her commercial.
Yeah, she does. And she ships.
Yeah, I seen it. It look good now.
It is good.
You're gonna have to stay close to that broke Android phone you got, Sonny, because you can't nobody hear you when you back
First of all, I'm on my laptop.
up. Oh.
Are you done?
You get back on your iPhone. That's all I'm saying.
Devontae, I'm gonna call you after this. I gotta tell you a funny story. It's really funny. Okay, the name of my poem is called Sometimes Love. It's a wake up to our senses, heaven sent to replenish the spirit. It's the 5 a.m. to the deepest part of our soul. And sometimes love is a 6 a.m. tap on the shoulder for sex. When you have to be up at 7 and went to sleep at 2 is what you least expect. Dressed in the shabbiest of clothes, is listening to a story about the glory days for the millionth time like it's the first time. And sometimes love is a symphony of stress, a cacophony of chaos. It's about giving your best even when that's only 50%. Sometimes it's not 50-50, it's 100 and 0. Maybe on Mondays you got to be the villain and the hero, and by Thursday, you're Superman and Clark Kent. Save the day, then pay the rent, and still make it home in time for dinner. And sometimes love is Cersei and the honey. It's everything love poets left out. It's the I don't like talking about this right now. And why are you the one who gets to decide when we talk? It's the tough, it's the I thought we were on a diet together conversation, but it looks like you've had Chick-fil-A twice this week, according to your bank statement. It's the I thought we were saving money, sit down. How the hell you spend $200 in Sephora when you told me that everything was marked down? And sometimes love is not playing the blame game. It's not expanding your weaknesses so I look stronger. It's about being honest about the areas where you lack. It's because as hard as it is to hear, I have an eating addiction or I'm terrible with money, it's so much harder to say. It's saying, babe, I need help. It's saying, I think you need professional help. This is beyond my knowledge. But I love you no less. I promised you till death. So everything in between is just preparation for becoming your highest self. So depression be damned. Addiction be damned. I will be damned. Blocking the flood of negativity, because sometimes love is pushing yourself to the crucifixion, forgiving them for they know not what they do, forgiving them when they are unaware of the crime, oblivious to their words, sparing your side, having pain openly as they go on unknowingly while you suffer in silence, and resurrect the issue on the third day. And they can't believe they hurt you until you show them how their actions left you holy. Sometimes love is the most humbling sacrifice with the greatest reward. This is my poem.
I like that, Sonny.
Married people with the head nod and shake.
So, Sonny, y'all checking receipts these days? Y'all checking receipts?
What you mean?
Your poem said y'all supposed to be eating together, and he done went to Chick-fil-A 2 times this week or something. It said like you check the receipt.
Well, when you share a bank account, and you can check on the app, which I just want to say is super raggedy that we can do that, but we still got to vote by Pony Express. But that's neither here nor there.
Right. So, Sonny, could you tell everybody about what you got going on?
My name is Sunny Speaks. I'm the CEO of Sunny Speaks LLC. We are an everything vegan company. We got vegan catering. We do individual plates. We ship nationwide. We are a meat manufacturing company. And when I say we, it's me. So if you call and I say, hey, this is Sharon with customer service, Sharon is me still. Until I can afford to hire Javante for the team and have some health insurance and things of that nature for his all of his corporate knowledge that he has. We're almost on our way to affording you. We can't currently, but yeah, so that's what I do. And shipping opens up nationwide in 3 hours and some change for FAMU's birthday. If you use the code FAMU, you get $18.87 off of your order, which is basically free shipping. And yeah, I can't really think of nothing else. That's pretty much what I do. Vegan cooking classes, and everything we do is vegan soul food. So meatloaf, ribs, mac and cheese, conch fritters, collard greens, dressing, honey butter cornbread, all vegan, all cruelty-free. I think that's it.
Did you put how we can contact you, how we can find you in the chat?
Yeah, what's the
So this is the website. You can go on there now, but you won't be able to order any food. You can order anything else, but you can't order food until midnight. The code is FAMU. That gets you $18.87 off your order. If you are in Atlanta, you don't get charged shipping at all. Just use the code ATLHO. And you can follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna go live after this. Why are you laughing, Wally?
ATL ho.
I'm gonna change it to Forever I Love Atlanta, but that's all I could think of at the first time. When I made it was ATL ho. So yeah, I think that's it. You can DM me. I do live cooking tutorials and all that jazz. I'm here for Black people improving their health and not giving up their culture. What I do.
All right.
And I just got featured by Live Kindly Co. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's a very, very big vegan brand. And I got featured as one of the top 4 Black-owned places to eat in Atlanta, and I'm the only place that doesn't have a restaurant, so it's a big deal.
Okay.
Ooh, do your thing.
And Miss Charmaine, I can ship to you in Tampa, so that's not a problem.
So next we got Khalil, y'all. Khalil, we ain't seen him since the last time we saw him. Khalil, what's up, man?
Hello?
There he go.
Hey.
Let me blow you up. Spotlight video. Bam. There you go. All that hair on your head.
I know, man. It's under there, man. It's under there. How y'all doing?
Ingrown, I got the same solution. Ingrown afro. That's what we're gonna run with.
Hey, man. I told my wife when I turn 50, I'm just gonna unzip it like Undercover Brother's gonna pop out. How y'all feeling?
Doing good. How you doing?
Yeah. Good. I'm good. Can't complain.
Yeah, we went for a poem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I ain't know if you
Hold
do
on
that.
just a second. All right. Hold on just a second. Amiri, can you bring me water, please?
I thought you were starting a poem. I thought you said a mirror, a reflection of the past.
Amiri.
All right, you know I'm country. I heard a mirror.
I don't think I knew you had an Amiri.
Yeah, I got an Amiri, man.
I ain't know that.
Like he didn't get it from you, Khalil.
Because your son is Amiri too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. You knew your time would come one day when that jet black would start turning into gray. You see it on your pubic, on your scalp, up in your beard. For everyone you pull out, seem to more quickly appear. Yeah, now you got that salt and pepper, feeling kind of old because of what society tells you. But like the lie, that's the farthest from the truth. Hard forward moving when you're only dealing absolutes. But absolutely, the truth is you gonna age. Not the end of your story, just a turn another page. A new stage in your life. Embrace it with a hug. And fix your face. Stop frowning up like a pug. Cause it is what it is and it's gonna be. Know the cataract in your eye, but you still fail to see. You ain't gotta listen to me. But you are not your hair, even the gray ones. Word to NDRE. Let them grays come on in. Embrace them with open arms. No need to dive in. Just another stage of life. Live long enough, they gonna turn the shade of white. How the second verse go? I wasn't prepared. Whether your grades sparsely dispersed or thick like the wool of mutton, you can't reverse this process, Benjamin Button. Aging, inevitable consequence of living, indiscriminate of religion or your political position. Embrace it. Don't be so vain. Plus, you could not run getting old even if your name was Usain. You gonna lose that race. Go ahead, grow old with grace and know there are some things you can do to slow down the pace. First, give thanks. You live long enough to see gray hair. Trayvon and Tamir will never get to see theirs. Aging, inevitable consequence of living, begins upon your arrival in this flesh. Maybe mineral deficiency, maybe stress. Align your root to crown, close eyes, decompress. Get some sun in your life. Melanin need feeding. Amino, zinc, get some bees into that food you eating and live. Get some life up in your years. And the next gray hairs pop up, man, celebrate. Cheers! You getting a little older, but don't believe the hype. Like the perfect mango, you just the right amount of ripe.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Ripe on, brother, ripe on. Yes. Khalil, what you got going on now? You still chefing?
Yeah, still chefing.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I have some things that I'm gonna start near the end of the year. Similar to what Sonny's doing, shipping. I'm focusing on pastries, though, just strictly pastries, vegan pastries. So yeah.
What was the name of your company before?
Well, it was Sweet Tooth Indulgence, but that was a little too narrow because it was just sweets. So I'm going to expand into other things too, but I'm starting it out with the sweets, and this is called plant-based. Plant-based, as in bass, like boom, 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 like when you know, us Floridians are down south music. Plant-based foods.
Like that. Ooh, you played it. Ooh, that was tough.
No.
Yep. So I'm looking to start shipping in December.
Sweets that
Khalil,
make
what
us.
city you in?
I'm in Cairo. I work in Tallahassee, but I'm out of Cairo, Georgia.
Sweets that make your stomach bump. Ain't even gonna charge you for that right there. That just
Actually, my tagline is a sound nutrition.
I like that too. Okay, y'all pour us off the chain and y'all can cook. I like that, and I'm hungry.
You always hungry. Keith, are you still vegan?
Huh?
Do you still eat vegan?
I'm not vegan. I still eat fish and I still eat goat and seafood. I eat some wild game.
Oh, I thought it really like
It's hard to explain.
you all in there.
Yeah, I eat some, but I don't eat beef, pork, and chicken. That's the only require. Other than that,
Yeah. I don't eat beef and pork anymore.
like sometimes I go to a meeting and eat meat. Like, you know, I'm basic like that. Yeah. All right, next we'll go to Polk County. Polk County, where you at? Polk County, hey Blackberry, Polk County, raise your hand. Let me see what Polk County at. Thought I saw. Oh, actually, Trina, you're supposed to be next. You found that poem yet?
I'm good. I got it.
And Matt, you at work tonight or you off? Matthew.
Oh, I'm off. I'm just running a little late. Somebody rear-ended me.
Hit him back. Back up and hit him back. You don't play that shit. Have an accident. Have an accident on purpose.
Back up on him, huh?
Yeah, back that thing up.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know how that is. It's one of those things. I'm glad
I don't know how that is. I'm just telling you to do that. I ain't got insurance like you.
I hear you. Well, I'm driving the majority of the time, so I gotta keep it.
All right. Trina, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great now, shoot.
Stop it.
Does that hat say Tavis upside down?
It sure does.
Well, sit on your head. Let me read it.
Here we go.
Batman. Who is that man? That's Tavis. Yes. Well, you in Carolina, right?
Yep, North Carolina.
You know what's crazy? My first cousin is on, and she's in Carolina. This is her first time ever tuning in.
Hey.
Well, cool. We gotta connect.
Yes. Let me get her government name. Her name is Loretta Simonetti. That's a married man. It's supposed to be Howard. I don't know where she get that married name from. We call her Loretta. So Loretta, hey.
Hey, sis, how you doing?
What city you in, Loretta?
I'm in Charlotte. Waxhaw, but close to Charlotte.
All right. Trina, you know where that's at?
Of course. Queen City.
Oh, you got nicknames for it. Okay. Go ahead. Well, go ahead, Queen. Go do your thing.
All right. So, couple of things. My stage name is Train of Thoughts. What I got coming up is I was asked. It's called "Come Together," a DMV Solidarity Cabaret, and that's going to be on Sunday starting from 5 to 8, and I'll make sure I put it in the link. I was blessed last year. There is a movie out called Let Go and Let God, and it's starring Clifton Powell, aka Pinky. And if you go in about 27 minutes, you might hear a familiar voice.
What?
Honor and pleasure,
Wally, you in the movie?
Yes, old movie. So I was so excited about that. So if you guys ever it's playing on Tubi, Tubi, Tubi or something like that, for free. So if you guys get a chance, please check it out. Very powerful very powerful movie, and I was honored to do a piece in that. So,
That's what's up.
and moving right along, I'm gonna do this piece, and it just kind of reminds me a lot of what's going on, and I thank God for being able to be a voice for my people down here, and I work with the Poor People's Campaign, also the North Carolina NAACP, and I'm looking forward to a movement. So we already know what we got to do in November, and yeah. So this piece is for Becky. Dear Becky, and all the other white girls I went to school with, let me start off by saying I hope your vote was not in vain. My disliking of your president had nothing to do with race, but honestly, can you say the same? You want to know the truth. Trump probably doesn't even hate white people. He actually hates his, you do realize that it's his very own daughters that he likes to sexualize. And I guess the reason we sympathize with that 13-year-old he raped, it reminds us of mulatto slave girls that couldn't escape. 14-year-old Sally Hemings was not Jefferson's mate, but let me guess. Maybe you don't mind him grabbing you by the, because we know how y'all feel about your pets. Get them spayed and neutered, destroyed black futures, sterilizing 10,000 of my brothers and sisters right here in North Cackalack. Ex-Planned Parenthood starter Margaret Singer about that. She called us human weeds, a reckless breed, beings who should have never been born, labeled us as spawns, yet it was Rosemary that had your babies. Babies that shoot up Orlando nightclubs in South Carolina churches. Our big mama's forgiving them between her. Lord have mercy. They know not what they do. Yes, they do, boo-boo. That's why I'm telling you, maybe we aborted the wrong ones. Natural born killers being pacified with guns. The right to bear arms. And then America goes and cradle you in their arms and feed you Burger King as you sing that you're proud to be an American. Well, at least I know free out of high school, enlisted in Uncle Sam's army, but Trey's dad was furious. Told us we had no place there and never would. Y'all the real boys, haha, in the hood. Backwoods, Dixie tees and camouflage. Rednecks hide in white sheets and say they stand for God. Oh, okay, you mean Yahweh, Jehovah, Jireh, that woolly head Middle Eastern in your Bible, the one you banned from this land, but I thought all lives matter, but now that doesn't matter. But if you don't like it, you can go back to Africa. Nah, baby, we good. We will debo your hood. We will bust you over your head with pipelines that run to Dakota. We will tear down that wall at the border. We will baptize you in Flint waters. We will break you like them levees in New Orleans, because we and our ancestors and y'all and our masters. This too is our land, that is our blood on your hand, enriched in the dirt. Well, you didn't think soil can grow something so beautiful. On that Billie Holiday, that strange fruitable. You see a black girl's magic wash pot, we whip up them healing concoctions, but you thought the only thing we picked was cotton, but we were picked by God, chosen by God, closest to God, looks closest like God, to at his right hand, because we his right man. We're gonna be all right, man, because this ain't our fight, man, so don't lose sight, man. And in November, y'all know what we got to do to that, man, because God said, the meek shall inherit the earth. I gave you the president that you're worth. Y'all, we got to go to them polls. Thank you.
Hey, Trina.
Trina.
Yeah.
Okay, Trina.
All right.
Hey, guys.
All right now. All right.
That was good.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm going to get y'all for putting me on the spot, but I love y'all. And I already know how my fam rolls, so be ready. That's all I can tell you.
Shoot, you already know when you pop.
Come on. Hold that tab and shirt up one more time, Trina.
Y'all already know. Hold up.
Hey.
Yeah. I need to give you one of those.
And I'm going to get me some leopard print for tests. Y'all already know, so we representing the ones, that's no longer That's always been a part of our family. It's a few others we gotta, bring in, but their spirit is always with us. So
Y'all know what we should do? You know what we should do, y'all? We should have a virtual show
What's that?
with the poets that passed, somebody like all of us reciting their poems.
And play some videos of theirs. Yes.
That'll work too.
Yeah.
And we can actually start a trust fund. Give scholarships out. Let's work on that.
That's it. Go. What is that? Because we are family.
Who that for?
You sound like Sister Sledge, them girl.
Yeah.
Sound like Sister Sledge. Hey, T-Berry, old cousin up in Carolina.
Hey, Keith.
How you doing?
Good.
Javante, you ready?
Come on, Jay. Slim.
I know to get him ready. Let me make it official. Damn, he ready. He might not be dressed, but he ready. And Jeff Bunch, I want to say you rocked that feature, man. Ooh, you rocked the feature.
You got to find a mute button, and I was trying to find the unmute button so I could tell you I gave you all the phones you gonna get out of me this year in that feature. So
I figured you would say that.
Feature, Javante.
No, I got it. I figured since you was a businessman, you would say that, and you're right. That was last fiscal year. It is October 2nd, new fiscal year. They ain't gonna rock that thing.
You're gonna have to come back to me. I had to move from where I am and everything.
Man, wake them kids up. Kids, it's Saturday.
All I hear is Disney music in the back. I can't do no poems.
Well, do the one about Lion King then. Do the one about Simba.
You ain't got nothing memorized?
Nah, nigga.
I will come back to you then. Polk County, you ready? No, Matt, you ready?
Yeah, I can roll.
All right.
All right. I think I'm gonna take it back to when I first started this thing. Can I get a back talk?
Talk back.
Talk back. Talk back.
The changing of time affects the rhymes like air does the breathing. Another day, another subject, another rhyme receiving. A rhyme without a reason is like food without the seasoning. So before you begin to pick up those pens, make sure you give your rhyme a reason. You see here, they call me RST. And the reason I rhyme from time to time, I've often run into women that say the good romantic brothers are somewhat hard to find. So I just wanted to give them a little insight on what's in my heart and what's in my mind. And in time, they will find that I am genuine. Now, are you ready for me? Are you ready for me to continue doing things romantically? Or are you ready for me to be all that I can be? You see, sweetie, you got me wanting to enlist in the army so I can do more for you by 5 a.m. than most would do for you in a day. The majority just want to play and then they may run away. But you see me? Well, I plan on staying. Are you ready for me? And although you may one day decide to go on vacation and leave me here lonely, I still will not let my boys convince me that I'll be totally free to do as I please. So I'm going to fall on my knees because I know I wouldn't want to go astray while you're away. So I'm beginning to pray that the Lord would deliver you back here to me safely. Are you ready for me? And you see, I really need you to understand that I'm doing the best I can to prove to you that I am a good man. You see, it took a poet named Talon AC to make me realize that the heaven between your thighs doesn't even compare to the salvation I see in your eyes. And I really need you to continue to see me for who I am and not what others try to make me out to be. Are you ready for me? And you see, I love deeply, and my love runs wider than the deepest sea. In order for you to break free, you may just have that long swim out of me because I'm going to work harder, longer to eternity till I make you never, ever again want to leave me. Now, are you ready for RST? Because if you're not, then I just have to chill. You know what? I got to keep it real because I can never chill until you are ready for me. And if this world were mine, I would give you anything.
And that ain't how that song go. It say, if this world was mine, I'd play. Let me hush. Let me Google it. I'll be back.
Well, take it over, Keith. Go ahead with it. Go ahead with it.
I don't did my singing for the night. They
All right.
Javante made me sing. He ain't put it in my cash out, but that's cool. I'm gonna keep.
Hey, where my T-shirt, Keith?
What size you need? Cause she just got some in. She get them printed. She get them back tonight. Actually,
I need a 2X.
I'm gonna call and make sure she pull it out. Cause that was part of your. You did say that. You said you was gonna do it if you got a T-shirt.
That's right.
And I forgot on purpose because I didn't want you to remember. You called me out. You did it. So next we got Miss. So Kelly, you still in Tallahassee? Or you back in Polk County?
I'm still in Tallahassee.
X told me you had went back. Cause he brought his mom back the other day, and I told him you had your grandma up there. He said I think she went back to Polk County. They hung out with each other.
I'm in Tallahassee. I'm in Tallahassee. My grandma was here and the week before my birthday for 2 weeks, but she's back in Polk County now.
Mm-hmm. Well, she didn't want to go to the club with you. What happened?
No, she stayed for 2 weeks here in Tallahassee.
It is a long time to go to the club for 2 weeks, though, and it was COVID.
No. She wanted to spend time with her granddaughter, her only living granddaughter. She brought like a whole month worth of groceries with her.
Because I don't. Because she used your feet. Boy, y'all grandkids off the chain, boy.
She bought toilet paper and everything. I'm like, Grandma, you need to buy this. I had all this already. But anyways.
Hey, why you ain't on the call, man? Why you ain't on the Zoom?
No, I'm about to go on the Zoom right now. I was watching the movie with my mom.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. All right.
I'm about to jump in like 2 minutes.
What's going on? Okay. Am I good?
Yeah. Go ahead, poet.
Okay. The flow done switched, so I'm gonna do this one. Granny do love that baby. Yes, she do. Trying to see which one to do. Keith done fuck me up.
Always do, girl. Keith always do.
Always. All right. This one is called.
I'm back. What you saying about me?
This one is called The Tree Effect. Shout out to Keith for the title. He didn't know he was giving me a title all the time. All right. Okay. Woke up one morning, surprised to find God knocking on my door, dripping in surrender and stillness, admiring the 20-something-year-old with mirror cherry brown velvet and honey smile. No longer the tender-headed child who winced when bleached slime, deep fried, chocolate milk curls set free to lock away desires of mimicking Mary Kate and Ashley. She kisses I missed you on my right cheek, not knowing that last week prayers flew up to ask for strength, and in return, she sent you the opportunity emerged to earn time with love in the flesh, and I must confess, there's no greater gift than to adorn the angel who through Save-A-Lot drives, chicken pot pies, Wednesday calls, and tuna surprise taught me how to give, stirring up crock pots of cauliflower, carrot, eggplant, and essences of joy. Bring Anita to add a finishing touch for an offering from seed to tree, germinating tales of good times, running on railroad tracks, fashioning baseball bats of wood, breaking china sets, and 12 a.m. pillow fights, skipping over nights where your innocence was stolen, beholding the beauty of buttery inner grit, needed to swallow bitter fits of inhumanity, grew with forgiveness, and fortifying flows of laughter, shaking from the depths of sorrow, soon to be reborn into a lineage of fireflies, illuminating the truth of everlasting life. That's for Granny. If I talk,
Back.
Back.
Hey, yo, we're gonna take a 3-minute break. No, we're gonna make take a 1-minute break for everybody to invite at least 10 more people. We're gonna do 2 more poets and call our feature up. That's cool. If you already invited all your 7 friends, just act like you're doing something. All right, fool us. Y'all can still talk while we doing this.
Right.
Somebody stuck on Spotlight.
Keith, my trainer from Polk County.
Who is it?
He from Bartow.
What's his name?
Wesley. Stephen Wesley.
No, him. And that's good, man. Y'all, Wally, I remember you used to be exes, so we used to talk shit online, like the Facebook members pop up, me and you, Queen Sheba, Paul D, Salam. I feel left out. Like I'm the only one gaining weight, seem like, and y'all motivate me. Talk shit to me.
Man, trust me, if I stand up, you'll feel much better. This quarantine has not been kind. I have.
Well, I see that green button down black on that Ryan shirt. I used to
get off
that shirt.
now.
I might could wear it again now.
The club. I have walked in the rain.
Hey, like all I have strained.
I
can't sing along.
I have had a taste of pies. Doggone snacks, man. I blame C-Main. C-Main and her snacking ways have finally gotten the best of me during this quarantine.
Accident.
We're not gonna do that. Walter, Wally B, Jennings, we're not gonna do that. Somebody went to Sam's Club today and bought cases of chips and snacks.
Oh, that's not for me. Those snacks are not for me.
Who are they for?
They for insurance.
You're a child now. Frosty Mini Wheat. Okay.
We got teenagers. We don't even have children around
and when
here.
poets are done, you need to be on your game and take them off of Spotlight. Golly, like you be leaving everybody on 3 hours after the fact. What you got?
The shade of it all, honey.
Somebody said, "Leave me on Spotlight to the next poster show." I like this shine. Thank you. Don't hate on them. Told you don't want to be on Spotlight. Get out your chair. No, you was on Spotlight for 30 seconds. You trying to worry about somebody else's Spotlight.
No.
Turn the lights off. We won't see you.
Keith, you know you wrong for that. But we'll see you with that shiny bald head. And we'll.
Oh, put a hat on. So that's been a minute, y'all. So, Jessica, you performing tonight? Erica, you performing tonight? Bobby,
yes. Are you talking to me? Sorry, if there's another Erica.
Brother John, you performing tonight?
Yes, indeed, brother.
Hey, Keith.
Yes.
Just ask me. I'll let you know who performed. Ask me.
I seen Slam Anderson. They still on?
Slam performing. She doing the poem.
The better question is how some people got a choice and other people didn't have a choice.
Exactly.
I thought this was America.
Mind your business.
Thank you, Javante.
I thought this was America. I thought we had freedom.
I thought this was a
in the last 4 years.
So I think we should call Slam Anderson up next because they keep coming on and getting off. I don't know if they're getting nervous or what. We're going to call them up. Slam, you up.
No problem.
Steve, you got this poor girl on Spotlight and she is ready to be off Spotlight.
Slam Anderson when Slam Anderson turn her video on, it'll knock her off Spotlight. So don't blame me, blame Slam.
Look, I ain't got my video face on right now.
What that mean? Turn your back, talk loud.
I got my, how y'all doing?
Slim,
I thought I was a spectator. I didn't know I was a performer.
You know doggone well. Be ye therefore ready. So yeah. Slam is one of my poetry slam teammates. She does great work as the program manager for Kitchen Table?
Yes, outreach director and program manager. Yes, sir.
Program manager, outreach director for Kitchen Table Literary Arts, which actually highlights Black women writers and also women of color. So yeah, man, that's my sister right there doing great work, and also does workshops and poetry in foster homes as well.
Okay. You gonna put that in the chat, Slam? Or you gonna let Wally do all the advertising for you?
No, I can throw that in the chat. I was just trying to bring up this poem for y'all since y'all said I gotta do one of them.
You want me to come back to you? You want to go next and let somebody else go now? Because I don't know the speed of your internet, so I don't know how long it'll take to pull up.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you so much. That's fine with me.
Team make the dream work. You know how we get down when we get up. So, Brother John, you up next.
All right, brother, let's do this thing. Check it out. How you doing, family?
Hold up, Brother John. Do you mind being on Spotlight, sir?
What?
Do you mind being on Spotlight while you perform, sir?
Brother, you decide what you want to do.
You
decide. You the decider.
Oh, that ain't Brother John.
I'm good either way. But yeah, do it, yeah.
All right.
Because I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Well, I was gonna do it anyway. I was just acting like.
Okay. See, yeah. I didn't have a choice in the matter anyway. I knew that. I've been around you long enough, you know. And you also taught us always to be ready.
That's
always,
right.
always be ready.
Always be ready.
Okay, here we go. Now, beloved, good to see you. And I see some family members here, and you done turned a few corners. Single, married, in relationships, and that's a beautiful thing because you've proven that the endurance and love is real. So I'm going to read something to you, and it may not quite sound like a poem. I wrote this some time ago. It's called A Black Man's Pledge to His Black Woman. And I'm honored to say I know that there are men and women online right now, and you've been true to this, and you're still being true to this, and this is very inspiring. Okay, it's got 12 points. Black man's pledge to his black woman. Number 1, I pledge to face and conquer my fears, for they rob me of faith in myself, in you, and in our future together. I will be brutally honest with myself and act on my problems with the power and potential which has always seen me through. Number 2, I pledge to be honest with you, for you deserve the freedom, justice, and equality the truth brings. It is important that you know where I stand so you can trust me. Number 3, I pledge to respect you, to look at you with new and spiritual eyes, to act in deference to your knowledge, talents, opinions, needs, mood, manner, and presence. You beautify my world as nothing and no one else can, and I will show you that I value the distinction you bring into my life. Number 4, I pledge to treat all women and all females with respect. I recognize that my link to life is shaped in and by women, our first teachers, and I am the first and best taught how to be human while in your care. Number 5, I pledge to model myself after God, in spirit, in thoughts, and in actions. I willfully accept this as the greatest of life's challenges, so I will handle the disappointments in my life with a better attitude and turn every adversity into an opportunity to grow.
I get to finish.
Number 6, I pledge to be your loving soulmate, to hold you more, to hold you longer, to always kiss you with feeling, to complain less and listen more, to speak to you in a kinder voice, to maintain a generous, helpful spirit, and save all my blows for my real enemies. Number 7, I pledge to work diligently and harmoniously in the reconstruction of our world together We will reestablish our home, community, nation, and vital institutions, drawing from the enduring ethics and traditions being resurrected from our culture. Number 8, I pledge to be both a lifelong student and teacher and a responsible handler of power in order to improve myself, improve our union, and advance our people. I will live up to my duty to enhance in righteousness the condition of all living things. Number 9, I pledge to raise with you our daughters and our sons. From their development in our womb to our last remaining breath, we will train, teach, and nurture them as a team in a viable community. I will be a father and able provider in all seasons for all reasons. Number 10, I pledge to be your companion and friend. I will be your inspiration and your rejuvenation, your wise husband and advisor, your protector, your champion, and your cheerleader. These things and more I will be without laying claim to your power. Number 11, I pledge to celebrate the mystery and awesome presence that is you. Since the origins of time, your mind, body, and spirit in glorious combination have held me spellbound. I will seek every chance I have in life to honor every aspect of you. Number 12, I pledge to maintain you as the great balance and upliftment of my life, second only to God, who has made it clear to me that without you, I can never be whole. Beloved, I wrote this at one of the most difficult times in my life, divorced, on a Christmas, on a New Year's Eve in 1997. So I'm living proof that bitterness is a choice. I always want to write something like this. And it came to me at a time when I least expected. And I sat down and within an hour I was finished. It just poured out. Sometimes things just come out of you if you get out of your own way and you stay open and you decide that you're going to see what's best in the world and not just what's negative and what's owed to you, right? We're impossible to stop. The only thing that can stop us and you is yourself, especially if I'm willing to carry my own weight and play my own role and stand in the gap. So I'm encouraging all of you to do that and quit drinking this damn Kool-Aid of these people telling us that we got to be a man and a woman or a woman and a man and act like both and fear our real power in what God has given us and support other people in it. I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you for letting me read my little pledge. Back talk.
Talk back.
Talk back.
Talk back. Brother John, you need to put that in the form. You can post it online and make it a pledge to relationships.
Now, thank you, Brother Keith. I'm going to do that. But what I have to do is tweak the language, and I'll do that, right? Because I need to write this a little differently. And I think I could do this with the Black woman's pledge to the Black man.
Yes,
I got some notes on that, right?
Do that.
And I've written this as a poem, but it doesn't, somehow I can't get it to flow the way I want to. So that's why I didn't read that as opposed to reading it like that.
Brother
Let me
John,
ask you this. Could you, when you wrote it, it was on a desk? Were you at a desk when you wrote it? Where were you at? What was your position when you wrote it?
I was sitting at home. I was in Gainesville.
So you were sitting?
And I was separated. And the people next door, I lived in a house that I had 1/3 of the house, and then my neighbors had 2/3 of the house. It was New Year's Eve, and there was 2 white chicks living on the other side, and one had a boyfriend, and the walls are just shaking because they knocking boots. And I'm like, damn, let me get up. And I go up to the front of the house, and this thing came out of me, and I just started writing it.
So you were sitting down when you wrote it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, if you need to rewrite it, if you lay on the carpet, it'll flow better.
Why did I know I was being set up? And I
Brother
couldn't get out of it?
John.
I mean, you got me, Keith. You absolutely
Brother
right.
John, don't be
You ain't see that coming.
But look. Here's what Keith don't do. I'm used to it. He can't get me off track long. Some of y'all got to learn how to do that and keep rolling. You just being Keith boy.
Brother John, don't post that publicly until you ready to make a profit off of that, because that's people wedding vows right there.
It is.
It really is.
You know what? Shadow and Buki asked me to do this at their wedding. And we did it at their wedding.
Yep.
And they liked it. And Shadow was trying to hold it together. And I made them look at each other when I read this.
And they
Shadow
family and everybody else, you can charge the premium for that.
I need to get a capitalist wife or something like that. I got to work on that kind of stuff.
You could just have a capitalist mentee.
Whatever.
That's what I am.
Capitalist mentee.
I'll show you how to get a check through digital product. Now that I can do.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
all right.
Sonny, I'll be speaking to you real soon then.
Okay.
Listen, we cashing checks all 2020.
All right. But is that Bobby? That Bobby Womack?
That's Bobby.
He live in a tree house now?
Yeah. Bobby, take your mute off.
When you move to the tree house, bro?
What's up, brother John?
I know the way.
Thanks y'all, everybody, huh?
Be still. That's what I tried to do with mine. I'm gonna show y'all how mine turned out.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's why I got my camera off. Bobby, I'm getting better, but let me move around so y'all can see.
That's how shiny your head is, Keith. That light.
Let me get Bobby back up.
Mine be messing up too, key boy.
No, it ain't mine. That messed up. I messed up.
Well, mine be messing up, and the bad thing about it, I don't know it.
Oh, well, okay. I can see that. I can see that.
Well, I can.
That's stupid.
All right. So, Bobby, what all you? Well, go ahead and do your poem first, then tell me what you got going on.
Oh, just like that, huh?
Just like that.
Goes, Bobby.
Let me take these out. So y'all can hear me okay before I take these out here?
Yes, yeah, we hear you well.
Okay. Let's see. Let me do this. Hey, little mama, what you gonna do with yourself? Hey, little mama, I know you want to be somewhere else. Hey, little mama, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, little mama? She knows that the road ahead of her is long. Nevertheless, she continues to move forward one step at a time. And although her final destination is nowhere in sight, she sees it clearly in her mind. Yet and still she can't help but remember all those times. She pumped a system full of drugs, joint after joint, needle after needle, line after line. And although her age and actual years have been few, she's lived this life fast and hard, which means she's accumulated way more than a fair share of physical, mental, and emotional scars. Then add to that the fact that for the most part, her consciousness has been delinquent to God. Real friends, she thought she had some, but in reality, she had none. Still in her need to see these people as her friends, she continued to put her trust in them until one day they took everything she had, left her on an abandoned house floor, physically naked, spiritually broken and emotionally sad. And for days, she walked around in a daze. And when she finally got enough spirit just to pray, her body jerked her away because the drugs she found in her body had fallen prey. And over this, it's worth shedding a tear too. Because Shonda really is a beautiful sister. It's just the dark side of the world got into a system and completely twisted her until she became an alien amongst her own kind. But even worse than that, a nobody in her own mind. And maybe some of you out there figure that words this your poem don't apply to you. But I bet you if you think about it, you'll come up with someone who has, is, or seemingly about to go through some of the same things that Shonda's gone through, or maybe even worse. And I'm not trying to burst anyone's bubble, but the satisfaction that comes from lack of understanding is not a good look. See, no longer can we stand aside while brothers and sisters are being forsook. So instead of pointing a finger, laughing, showing no concern, saying this doesn't apply to me. We have to keep in mind that understanding plus compassion equals empathy, not sympathy. And this leads me back to the Sister Shonda. Because in the same way that a drop of water and a ray of sunshine combines to reach a buried seed and causes a sunflower to grow through the tiny cracks in the sidewalk, the light of the Most High reaching to the depths of Shonda's soul and causes the spirit to back talk. And now, no longer is she doing drugs as a hobby. Instead, every morning she puts on her black on black rhyme t-shirt and go jogging. And with every long stride, she moves that needle further and further away from her veins. And with every expansion of her lungs, she breathes out the weed smoke that used to fog her brain. And instead of snorting white lines up her nose, she's now running physical, mental, and emotional circles around her foes, but she doesn't care about that. Now all that really matters to her is just one thing, making sure that about her, they no longer sing, "Hey, little mama, what you gonna do with yourself? Hey, little mama, I know you want to be somewhere else. Hey, little mama, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, little mama?" Back talk.
Oh,
Hey.
And for y'all that don't know, Bobby's going to actually start doing classes. Bobby is actually a poet. He has a CD. He actually has novels. He's going to do like a 30, well, it might be longer than that. If you have a book that you got coming out that you're going to write, please let Bobby know. If you got a CD, he can tell you different ways you can get out on social media and other different outlets. It's a fee to it, but he ain't going to charge y'all that much. Just say, "Hey, Bobby, this me."
But enough. Charge us enough, Bobby.
It might work, all right? But y'all just, Bobby, put your
one quick correction, Keyboy. They're not novels. The two that are out are both inspirational. One is poetry, and then the other one is just straight inspirational. And then I have a kid's book that'll be coming out like in the next week.
I thought your first book was a novel.
Nah, man, I'm working on that now, but it got put on the back burner because I wanted to feed some people, man. So, food for thought, not food for the belly, but yeah.
Okay. I see corrected. So, X, you make sure you get into it. Lovely, she talked to him already today. I'm actually got my poetry book coming out. Well, it ain't coming. I'm redoing it because it's been, when I started Black and White Rhyme, I started pushing it. So I'm gonna start pushing myself a little bit. But anyway, so we're gonna do one more poet. We're gonna call our feature up, and I'm going to let Blackberry pick the poet. Blackberry, can you see everybody that's in the gallery?
Hey, Blackberry.
Blackberry, can you see everybody that's in the gallery? No matter who you pick, they're gonna do a poem. Damn it!
And you just need to ask Blackberry to sing, man.
Now, I don't want her to sing. I'm saving her for something.
All right.
You just got to sing it, Bob. You can't have two singers back to back. I started off singing.
My bad. I'm staying in my place, Keeper. I'm staying in my place.
Right in that tree.
Hold up. Did he just call himself a singer?
Wow, brother. Okay.
I'm staying in my place, Keeper.
Okay.
I'm trying to slip one in on us, Keith.
Slim Anderson, is your fault. If you'd have went, you were supposed to win. We had a feature right now. Now they ragging on me. Matter of fact, you know what, Slim Anderson? You know where Erica? Erica, you sit on here. This is Erica actually first time. She's been on it. Me and Erica are part of a group called Complex Mirrors, and we do a virtual poetry series. Last week we did it on suicide awareness, that's prevention. This month we're doing it on domestic violence. It's going to be October 21st and 22nd, I think. So we are looking for poets. So poets, if you have poems, please let me know. Or just go to Complex Mirrors group on Facebook. We don't have money to pay people yet, but we are looking for sponsors to start paying. But the good thing about it is, if you decide to do a poem, you can get features for your poem. You can get sponsors for your poem. You know, a business want to donate $50 for your poem, that's your money. So we don't get under. The only time we get the money is we actually get a sponsor for the event, and then we'll split that amongst the performers. And we had last time our headliner was Ashante the Mad Violinist and Royce Lovett. I think they're gonna do it again. Also, Cameron Hayes, a singer out of Tallahassee, and Shakayla Wiggins. They got songs about that, and it has to be original work too. All right, don't get on into my Still I Rise. We know who wrote that.
Key, can you please turn your background on? I feel like a ultrasound is talking to me. Please.
My bad. Stop. I apologize.
I am startled and frightened and just confused. I just.
All right. But anyway, Erica, you up, Erica?
Some familiar faces in here because you came out and supported us last month. So I appreciate y'all, man. And Keith, I meant to say hey, give you an official hey, and thank you for inviting me. And yeah, man, it's good to just be in the mix and hanging out with the Tallahassee peeps, poets, you know what I mean? And I got some things to share, and I'm just ready to receive. So that's my spiel. I'm gonna make me a drink. So heck yeah. Carry on, poets.
Oh, my bad.
Oh.
Told my ass. Okay. Well, Wally, you ready, Wally?
Was you telling me to get on? I'm sorry.
I said get on. You got up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll catch. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. I can catch it. I'll come after him. Unless you want me to hit on right. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Wally, where you at? You ready? Or you want one more poet to go? What's up?
Yeah, I want Slam to go.
All right.
Yeah, I want Slam to go.
He got a haircut. I see you, Langston.
All right, how y'all doing?
We all right. We all right. Well, I'm all right.
All right, so this poem is called This Is Our Love. I don't need anyone to explain love. It is easily understood. The roots of my existence, the reason for my being, my father was a lamb. Side cut open on the cross, and he bled for me, so I know sacrifice given for the life of another. I know there are dues to be paid and compromises to be made, give and take. I know that for every life we give, a death must take place. I know there are phases, stages. I know we're just players. I know there are layers to love. Don't waste your breath on explaining to me the basics. I know this. It's her I don't comprehend. She's the reason I'm digging at my roots for some type of explanation. She is my love, my heart. I thought I knew love. I thought I knew her. I'm forgetting everything I was taught. They say it's healthy to fight in relationships, so she calls me names and I stay silent. I call her one-sided. She calls me passive. I stare at the door, dreams filled with pride, anticipating the feeling of the cold knob on the inside of my palm. Seeing her lips twist up the same time the doorknob is turning. I promise this time I'm running. Eyes steady on the prize. It only takes a few steps in 3 words. This is over. I am done. One hand on my knob and on the other on my heart. God, why did you curse me with loving her? I can't breathe without her. I used to be independent. She crippled me, tripled me, and time passed faster than my reflexes were able to react, and I fell hard. Saw every part of my body fall in slow motion against the cement. Felt every fracture and broken bone, every scrape and cut. I laid there stuck, but I told them not to move me. I was happy in my position. They said I was in shock. She gives me deep laughs, the ones that come out unconsciously, the ones that slip past insecurity, my Winnie the Pooh woo-hoos, my sweet coos, the one I had because I think they sound too feminine. God, how did you make something so beautiful? She's just as dangerous as her mother Eve. I want her. All to myself. No one is worthy enough to look at her, not even me. She nags, says we don't see each other enough. Like we don't share the same roof I'm working to keep over our heads. We don't spend enough time together. Like 9 years happened overnight. Where did the good times go? Damn. Sometimes I can't stand this girl, but my heart knows I ain't leaving. She knows that doorknob is cold for a reason. She agrees these 9 years breeze past too fast, and we both just praying for more time. Even if it's been arguing, singing, dancing, pretending no one else exists but us. I swear, y'all, sometimes I forget others exist besides her. I forget to acknowledge them. Too distracted by this phenomenon, I'm too in love with to question. I was hit by lightning. They say I'm in shock. Electricity flowing through my veins, she makes me feel like I'm a superhero. Like she doesn't need the world, as if I'm more than enough. But this is not fantasy world. See, we lost that in the 2nd year of our relationship. About the same time she told me her and all her exes were best friends. I know y'all relationship is innocent, but 2:10 a.m. is a little late to come in. Hot tub, then dinner. Was it a date or an outing? Is it jealousy or intuition? Are friends really this close? I wouldn't know. I lost my best friend to her relationship that didn't work, and I'm supposed to be okay with this. Sometimes I'm questioning if I'm really made for this. This loving-ish, this never quitting, this forgiving and forgetting to continue to build a better us, a sturdier us, this idea of us, as if our individuality isn't pressure enough. I'm the head of my household, but what is a house that doesn't hold us? You can take my head. I know sacrifice. She's the only thing in this world worth dying for. Touch the woman I love and I spend my life showing you what pain is. I'll be a law-abiding citizen, spend my life planning and executing my revenge, come back and I'll haunt you, because without my heart there is no love. But how does love prevail in the midst of an argument? See, I use whatever I got to bargain with. I'm not cut out for this. I want to start over, meet her again, and this time do better. I don't want to lose her. I don't want her to love anyone but me, and not even I deserve her. I fantasize of a child that looked like both of us. But I'll be happy if it just looks like her. A little girl. She'll be a junior to her mother, and my heart would get bigger, and my bite would get deeper. This love is something this world has never seen, but I am not the second coming. God's strength is the only reason I'm strong enough to hold her. I thought I knew her. I thought I knew love, and then I met her. The reason for my being. She says, maybe you need to hear it again. Every piece of me belongs to you. I would never betray you. I love you from my depths of my soul, and I will spend the rest of my life telling you I am no longer me without you. She is my heart. We got the rest of our lives. I don't care if we spend every day starting over, because this is our love. Thank you.
No, Claire, thank you. Don't you ever in your life get on here and act shy again. Stay up for that shit too, Wally. Thanks for saving me, man.
Lord, I know your real government name, girl, and when your dreads was just starting.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's he keep telling you right. Don't be bullshitting. Just bring it, girl. Bring it.
What I'm talking about.
Hey, Slam, can you share a little bit of information about Kitchen Table, please? And put the info.
Yes, I'm putting in the chat. I'm the outreach director for Kitchen Table Literary Arts Center. We are a nonprofit organization here in Tampa, Florida, but we're doing a lot of virtual events now. We're dedicated to Black women and women of color, poets, writers, authors. If you're looking to get books out there, we have a virtual community where we do online classes just for Black women and women of color. We do literature classes, we do writing classes, helping you get out those first manuscript, novels, novellas, whatever you're looking to do, we do it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Also, I'm part of an organization called Your Foster Strong. I grew up in foster care, something I'm just now starting to talk about. I work with an organization, and what we do is we use our story to try to help other kids who are in the system or other alumni who are still kind of dealing with that shame, or feeling like you don't want to tell people you was in foster care because you don't want to deal with the pity and all of that. And it's about using our stories to actually change the stigma of how foster kids are always seen as bad kids and discipline issues, when it's not us that's the issue, but it's the parents, because we didn't choose to be in a system. We were placed in a system. So it's about changing that stigma and putting the blame on who it's supposed to be on, and not saying these kids are bad, but saying these parents are bad. And so that's what it's about. And I get a little passionate about it. So,
I can
but
tell.
that's
That's
what
all
it
right.
is.
That's good.
So I'll put it.
Beautiful.
Where you located at?
Located in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to get with you. Okay then.
Yes.
Cool.
Tell her where you at, Blackberry.
I'm over in Polk County.
In Garden of Eden. Talking about Polk County. Boy, I tell you.
Oh, Bobby's in the Garden of Eden.
Like Coach.
No, Bobby's in the poetry.
Clown.
But Slam, that was nice. And what's crazy, Slam, your poem was fire too. But even your talking after the poem sounded like a doggone poem. Make that advertisement rhyme. Throw a few more bars in there. That's a piece. So Wally, you want anybody else to go before you go up?
Nah, we good. Let's run it.
You don't see nobody in the gallery you want to call out?
Nah, I'm gonna let him slide.
All right. All right. So we're gonna call up our feature, y'all. And before we call our feature, I want everybody to invite 10 more people right quick. Oh, we got 2 people in the waiting room. Water, you got your water ready and all that?
I sure do. Let me go.
That's my mentor, y'all.
Good.
And Wally is the actual founder of Black on Black Rhyme Tampa, which was the first chapter outside of Tallahassee. People don't know that the Black on Black Rhyme logo was not the Black on Black Rhyme logo. It was actually the Back Talk Poetry Troupe logo, because there was only one Black on Black Rhyme chapter. Once Wally started in Tampa, we made it the Black on Black Rhyme logo. And it was supposed to start September 11, 2001, but y'all know what happened. The Twin Towers episode, so they shut down Ybor City, so we had to move it to September 18th, and it's been on and popping ever since. Whether there's a weekly show or not, there's always a show in our heart. And also, Wally B, somebody, is actually the founder of, what's the teen poetry show? I often say poetry, that's a radio show.
Heard him say.
I know I heard you say it one time. And he actually has a show tomorrow as well. Is that the one Slam was talking about?
Nah. But tomorrow online by Next Level Entertainment. It's actually called the Vibe Lounge. And would love to have some of y'all come through. C-Main and I are actually going to be hosting. So we're going to have some poetry. We got Matthew Cuba Hernandez, Alicia Wise, Zen Christian Mott. We're going to have some games, some trivia, stuff like that. So it's going to be a good time.
So could you post that in the chat as well on one of your little breaks from your 15 poems you're doing? I guess you can do it on the 7th poem. Put it in the chat. You'll get your little water break, use your bathroom between the poems or whatever. But also tag us on Facebook, Wally, so we can share it as well.
Indeed, we'll do.
You ready to run it?
Yeah, let's do it.
And Wally is one of my favorite poets ever. And that being said, he's a dope poet, but he had a poem, like whenever I did a show, I can go to a funeral, Wally got a poem for it. I can go to a daycare, Wally got a poem for it. I can go to a KKK party, Wally got a white hood for it. Well, his car had a white hood, it's the same thing, but he's so versatile with how he writes and how he delivers, and that's with me, I'm a people's poet. So some revolution. Khalil, you sleep? Don't try to rock for you sleep. Ain't blinked in 3 minutes. But Wally, I want to thank you for seeing Pat. Well, I didn't even have a vision for Black on Black Rhyme, but your desire to have it in another place made it grow even more, and it has been growing ever since. So we got Black on Black Rhymes in over 7 different cities now. But anyway.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Wally Jennings is the Swiss Army knife of spoken word poetry. He's done just about everything you could do in spoken word poetry except maybe convert it into a literary career in books that they control through the academic press. Wally has done everything else with team poetry, poetry shows, hosting, character development. It's truly amazing. And it's just an honor, brother, to know that you just that big of a part of history of spoken word poetry in this country and beyond. And that's real talk.
He even made it an athletic competition.
Wow.
I think he had every hairdo besides dreads as well too, right?
Yeah.
No halt, bald head, all that high top. Oh yeah, I don't have them options anymore, so I have to admire other people that still do. But no further ado, y'all, we bring to you our feature, Mr. Walter Wally B. Somebody Jennings.
All right.
So in addition to everything that you've already heard, I'm a rib page from a Baptist hymnal, a Florida Sentinel, with the M16A1 tucked inside of a garment bag, hung up on who done it and who run it. The underdog, the thought after. I am David left out in the pasture, passing time in verse, in song, in scripture, in poem. I am the loudest mover in a room full of punchlines. Kindness isn't my weakness. More like the worst kept secret in the arsenal of my gospel. I be the deepest sob for the longest prayer. Some people call me the mayor, the godfather. Nah. I'm proof that we are all authors with horrible penmanship, socially ineligible before I was ever legible, left on read before that was even a thing. In an 84 navy blue Chevy Blazer with 215s, I used to want to be seen, want to be somebody. Now, that's exactly what they call me. My calling has beckoned me to a sea where feet no longer touch the floor. I am a lighthouse moving about Tampa Bay. The product of red brick roads and double-barrel shotgun houses housed between resistance and renaissance, the link between river rats and river walk, the cost of perception, both punishment and lesson learned. I was a distracted driver that took a right turn and found the children that George W. left behind. I am West Side where blind eyes are not allowed. In a world of someday, I am right now. Correction, I am we. Everybody eats, but honestly, I ain't even supposed to be in here tonight with all these thick old girls here tonight. Ballers in the back smoking light jacket sack, but here I am, child of the Father, servant of the city. Believe me when I tell y'all, the Lord will use anybody willing without question. I am because I am the I am's reflection. Peace, everybody. How y'all doing? Everybody good? Everybody good?
Right.
Talk, baby.
Hey. Back talk.
Yes, back talk.
Yeah, man. I've been waiting on this for a minute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Key, for the opportunity, not just with this feature, but also to take Black on Black Rhyme, bring it to my city, man. We would have our Troupe meetings on Tuesday nights, right? And this was during the late 90s when everybody was trying to get the Love Jones vibe. So back during this time, right, you could pretty much silo poetry venues into 3 different categories. There was either the Love Jones spots, there was the Black Militant National, or there was the like spaced out, really on some other type of stuff. Black on Black Rhyme was the first show that I saw that seamlessly welcomed and wove all those things under one roof. You could go to a show and hear a Javante and a Talitha and a Salam and a Sonny and a Metaphoria and a Brother John and a doggone and a Motown and all of these
Larry
different
Love
and a Larry Love. I mean, real talk, man. This cat Motown came on, did a poem and came on stage with a pillow, a box of Frosted. I mean, you never know what you're gonna see, and of course, Blackberry as well. So like, it was this beautiful thing, right? So when I moved back to my city, when I graduated from the best college in the entire United States and the world, the highest of 7 hills, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, we are celebrating over 100. How old are we gonna be tomorrow, Javante? I know you keep count. Is it 138, 139? What we on now?
Nah, that's let me get back to you on the math. I gotta add and subtract.
So
123.
Say again.
123.
123 years, Institute of Higher Learning and Excellence, in the highest of 7 hills.
She not right. That's not the right number.
It should be over 130 something, right? Sonny is
133. I cheated in math. It don't matter. We still excellent.
Sonny from Dade County, so they skew them numbers real. They gonna get you if you left. But yeah, man. So when I moved back to Tampa after I graduated, I found that there weren't any poetry shows, and so I was like, man, I would try to support people when they did shows, and I would drive back and forth between Tampa and Tallahassee. And finally, my wife was like, you keep driving back and forth to Tallahassee. Why don't you just start your own show? Just tell Keith you want to start a show. And so that's actually how Black on Black Rhyme came about. So you all can credit and blame C-Main and as usual, Black women behind everything as far as good ideas. And, so it was, again, we're celebrating 19 years this month. We'll be 20 years old next year. And, now with Black on Black Rhymes all over. So yeah, it's, so again, all of that is to say thank you to Keith for allowing me, for trusting me to take this out of the city. And shout out to everybody on here that has taken the Black on Black Rhyme or has become a part of the family. I've learned over the years that, part of life is trying to find your purpose, trying to find your people, and trying to find your place. And you all have been a part of that for me. I ain't gonna cry. I ain't gonna cry tonight. I ain't gonna cry. But like y'all my family for real. The Lord directed me to you all, and I'm grateful for y'all partnering with us and partnering with me. and not only these poetic endeavors, but personal endeavors as well. So for those of you who were on the line for Javante's feature, so Javante mentioned a poem that I wrote, and I wanted to do it because I don't get a chance to actually do it a whole lot because it's a long poem. And so it's called The Soundtrack of My Life. And the premise behind it, right, is that when you think about your life, right, there are certain songs that if somebody says the name of that song, like there's a moment or there are people or there are things that are inexplicably tied to that song or even an artist, right? So I wanted to take that type of concept and like I was and I actually wrote this for myself for my 30th birthday. I was turning 30 years old and I was thinking about my life to that point and I was like, you know what? I wanna chronicleize and you all will see that like dates and times are a really big part of my work. Brother John taught me something a long time. He said something a long time ago, and it's always resonated me. He said we have to chronicleize our experiences and our stories. And we've seen what happens when we leave our stories to be told by other people. There's a great saying that says the story will always favor the hunter until the lion tells their side of the story. And so it's really important for us to embrace and to share our stories, and even the moment that we have right now, y'all. Like we really got to seize this moment in every way, especially with sharing our stories and our experience. So anyway, I'm gonna get into this. So the soundtrack of my life, December 30th, 1976. The year I came to exist also saw Rubber Band Man by the Spinners become a national hit and thus predict the story of my life. Able to bounce back after my brother saw me for the first time and told my parents to take me back to the hospital because he thought I was white. Even though I didn't know it then, that comment started the journey of me always trying to figure out where I fit in. Quiet, shy, and reserved. A demeanor that left my parents perturbed because the two siblings above me had no problems expressing how they feel. All right, I'm being honest. They were hell on wheels. And since I seemed to be an anomaly, the speculation was that I was probably, special. In a short bus with tinted windows kind of way. My mother had me at 34, so maybe they waited too late, but after high marks on my IQ test, any thoughts about mental instability were put to rest. The summers found me regularly dressed in a Jimmy Giles Buccaneer t-shirt, corduroy shorts, and striped tool socks and cowboy boots at the age of 2. Hook sliding my green machine big wheel under the streetlights before running into the house to watch Dukes of Hazzard on a Friday night. Intoxicated by the smell of my father frying catfish as Harlan hopes your kisses on my list swimming around in my head. Always thinking about girls. The gift and the curse. Always around them, but it was always at church. It didn't matter much anyway because when it came to girls, I ain't really never know what to say or how to say it, but I displayed it like a young Forrest Gump. Clumsy and mute, which some girls found cute behavior, but of course, they didn't tell me that part until 15 years later. Meanwhile, I would call up the radio station to do song dedications for girls that never knew I existed. I Miss You by Climax and One More Night by Phil Collins were called in 1985 just before I turned 9. Right around the time we were threatened by Hurricane Elena. A short while later, my principal in elementary school came into our classroom to share the news that the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded, which reinforced my fear of death. So I engulfed myself in music. Used it to compensate for my lack of self-esteem and social skills. Still proud of the fact that I was a teenager doing both the golden eras of rap from 87 to 89 and from 92 to 95. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama. From Big Daddy Kane to G-Thing. From Poison Clan to Redman. From EPMD, Steady B, Cool C, and EST. Stayed up late to rock Yo MTV, but was lost. Rocking a Ray-Eye shirt, S-curl, African the medallion, and travel fox that I caught from Soul Train, along with a t-shirt with the airbrush name on the back. Humiliated because apparently I should have been good at basketball just because I was black. Or so thought my classmates in private school. Increasingly suicidal and reclusive until I discovered another tool in 1989. A sign to start a personal journal by my English teacher. But to me, that sounded like a diary, and dudes don't do that. Unless you want to be considered gay, or it affected your grade. And so for 2 weeks, I stared at a page, unable to lie my way through. So I decided to write the truth, with no holds barred, no regard for my self-fabricated reputation that I hated myself for faking. And through my words, an unexpected suppressed poet emerged, fueled by isolation, Hormonal Imbalance, and Straight Outta Compton by NWA. Took my first alcoholic drink between 9th and 10th grade after watching Boyz II Men on stage at Busch Gardens, just before starting high school in 1991. Rap was kind of getting less fun because it was becoming more about the money than the message. I still bought my tape of music playing every other weekend. Snuck in the movies to see Juice at East Lake Mall. Didn't take my sophomore year seriously at all until I went to an end of the year academic awards banquet and my name wasn't called. I went home disgusted with myself. Drowned myself in Nirvana and a Tribe Called Quest for hours. I was 15. Didn't know who I was or who I wanted to be. I just knew I wanted to be somebody well known, or at the very least have a report card that I could be proud to take home. So I made a promise to myself on that day that I was going to make better grades, and for the next 2 years or 8-9 weeks, I never made anything less than a C, and by 93, I was convinced that I could go to college for free. Shocked when I found out there were actually some girls that were attracted to me. Hey, C-Main. Anyway, I traded away my beige church van and headed off the fam in the fall of 94. Biggie, Snoop, Outkast, Wu-Tang Clan, Scarface, and Craig Mack were killing rap. Some East Coast cats turned me on to Nas. My people from Alabama and Louisiana introduced me to Mystical, 8 Ball, and MJG. I was one of the top cadets in ROTC, but my love for alcohol would come back to haunt me. Good student, though. Faithfully went to class, but also partied during the week. Then would go to Waffle House or Guthrie's to eat, which made it hard for me to get up for PT, physical training. Same when it came down to going to church. First heard Hit 'Em Up in Goon Bay in the summer of 96, about 3 months before Pac died. Found out B.I.G. got killed in the drive-by the Sunday before our spring break in 97. Left June of that same year for military advance camp out west, and I failed a physical fitness test. Lost my scholarship. As an officer in the U.S. Army, as I recall all the warnings I ignored. Too ashamed to seek the Lord, but I did it anyway. Long story short, he allowed me to graduate cum laude in 1998, almost 22 years to the date of my birth. At that time, Lauryn Hill was the most popular black woman on earth, yes, even more popular than Oprah. And instead of me becoming a soldier, I sold insurance for Allstate. Struggled trying to find my way as a college grad. Was back and forth between Tallahassee and Tampa because I was in love, missed the college life, and it didn't cost so much to get gas. Fast forward to December 30th, 2006. 30 years gone by quick, but not so fast that I can't remember. Remember how me and my wife, when we were dating each other, we put love songs on tapes and send them to each other. Remember how in the middle of our wedding, the DJ accidentally played, "Your love is a 187, taking me to heaven. It's killing me, your love can be this good." Remember how my daughter was born on January 15, 2003, and we watched the Bucks win the Super Bowl. And now we affectionately call that the day that hell froze. Yes, the years have gone by quick, but not so swift that I can forget the moments or the music, the valleys that it seemed I would never come out of, or the peaks that I tried to make last forever, like Keith's first record. The mistakes that put me in a spiritual and physical debt, yet Christ paid it all. And I still stumble and fall sometimes, but I'm slowly getting my legs under me, bouncing back like the original rubber band man that I am, with no 24s or a hustle that's grand, just a plan to reflect on all the pivotal issues and plights that caused me to write, and all of the songs and the stories that make up the soundtrack of my life. So keep listening.
Back talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Amazing.
That was a walk down memory lane as far as my life. So hopefully, Lord, Trina holding up the 8-Ball jacket.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, she a Memphis girl. 8-Ball.
You did that, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, when you look back on your life, right? You know, you know, music. You know, it's people, music, all of those things. For a lot of us, man, we wouldn't have made it without music. I mean, it was, you know, when you got somebody, you know, when you got Stevie, that you feel can empathize with the situation you in, when you got Mary J, you know, it's just so many people that, you know, that'll help you get out of some of those places, or at least help you to feel better about where you are. So yeah, so part of the reason why I love Black on Black and Back Talk so much, right? because I've always had this struggle as a black man, especially. I really appreciate dudes like Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, Key and Peele, even Drake to a degree. A lot of corny black men that are like making like that are making things good for themselves and kind of making it kind of hip to be square. I didn't have that experience. I was corny, and corny led to me becoming lame. And a lot of people think corny and lame are the same thing. But so for me, the way I define it, right, corny is you being like this kind of oddball that kind of deviates from the cultural norm in very like conservative ways. Lame, right, is when you try to overcompensate for being corny and not accepting who you are. Like for me, because if a person's lame, that means they're missing something. So it's like they're trying to compensate for what it is they may feel like they're missing. So for me, yeah, I was corny and I became a lame, you know, because I tried to compensate for what I felt like I was missing. I didn't appreciate who I was. It was hard, man. I mean, especially during, you know, when you heard the poem, you know, growing up during the 80s and 90s, like if you couldn't rap, if you wasn't like a good ball player, especially being from Florida too. I'm sorry, from Florida. If you ain't had no rap for the girls, if your game wasn't on point, if your clothes weren't fly, like, you know, you got put in a box never to get taken out. So so I had this issue, right? And I know there's been a lot of talk over the years about, you know, alpha males and beta males and all this stuff. So this poem that I want to do, I don't get a chance to do it that often, right? It's called Ode to the Second Fiddle. And if anybody has seen the James Brown movie, Bobby Bird played a really big part in James Brown's like ascension into stardom. You know, as far as we're housing him, we're supporting him with Famous Flames and different things like that, right? And there is a part, right, in that movie where Bobby Bird is talking to, I believe, Maceo Parker. And Maceo says to him, like, man, why you let James talk to you like that? Why you know? And Bobby Bird says to him, he says, it's a sad moment when you realize that you're not the one. Where what you think is for you is actually for somebody else. Like the spotlight that you think is for you, the thing that you're kind of striving for and think that place that you're supposed to be is actually meant for somebody else. And man, that moment, man, I literally like cried in the movie because you society will try to box you into these places of feeling like, you know, you got to be Jordan, not Pippen. You know, there's a disgrace or a devaluing of being whoever it is you were called to be. And so it inspired me to write this poem, and the poem is called Ode to the Second Fiddle. Like I said, it's a poem I love, but I don't get a chance to do it very much. And like I said, I'm corny, so I've learned to like embrace every part of my corny. My Cash App is Wally B. Jennings. But the poem is called Ode to the Second Fiddle. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get involved. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get involved. Everybody right there, get into it. Wait. This is for every Bobby Bird two-stepping in the shadow of the mashed potato. For every John Stockton stocking packages for mailmen to pick and roll for Tonto, whose mere presence proves the Law Ranger's name was a lie. America has always been good at making people of color seem invisible. For Donkey and Robin, the unsung heroes of Far, Far Away and Gotham. For Oscar the Grouch and the Count, teaching us that attitude and numbers are the two most important things on the streets. For Watson and Shaggy, solving cases. Yet Sherlock and Scooby always get the credit for Mr. Spock, who never would have gotten the Enterprise lost in the first place. This is for the Supremes, for the Pips, for the Blowfish, for Kelly and Michelle. Well, I don't know about Kelly and Michelle. For the Family Stone, for the Sunshine Band, for Jughead, for Aquaman, hashtag respect underwater culture. This is for Eleanor Roosevelt and Michelle Obama. First ladies who refuse to just smile and wave, for Coretta Scott and Betty Shabazz, for the women treated as second-class citizens that mothered movements, for 2/3 of the 99%, for ushers in serving lines camped outside, corner officers choking on bootstraps and neckties while tied to someone else's legacy. This is not for the alpha species. The ones that mistake loyalty from betas as opportunistic servitude. Moment of truth. Most of us do not crave your throne. What you call jealousy is actually accountability. We've no desire to place your manure shroud shoes on our feet. Ironically, you view us as weak. Although your kingdoms were crowned through our accomplishments, God may have ordained you, but know that the hem of your cape will never be as clean as the day of your inauguration. We will always be waiting and watching and listening. But just in case we aren't worth mentioning, this is our acceptance speech for awards you receive. This is for the rest of the team, with transparent trophy cases adorned with the egos and expectations of people who love us for all the right and wrong reasons. Men for all seasons, designing women, children of the corn, scoring when we outgrow marching orders and are summoned to lead our own armies. This is not I declare war. We were charged with treason by our pride long before your accusations. This is for every second fiddle, bearing their backs as bridges between bosses and blue collars, honorably discharged firearms stuck in safety, taking the high road in rows of harmony and rhythm, still learning how to be secure in our position because number two can really feel like number two. When an audience of shadows are your only sustenance and echoes provide the loudest ovations, we must keep playing, strong and loud, understanding that we are all key musicians in the orchestra of life.
Play on, brother, play on. Drum roll, drum roll. That man said when number two feel like number
You did
two.
that, bro.
Y'all what was that line again? Number two can feel like number two.
Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, man, I've always appreciated people that understood the value of just people in general, right? You know, and that's my philosophy as far as the way that I live my life. Hey, Amina, but that's how I live my life. So when you look at things like Black on Black Rhyme, Tampa, lasting for 19 years. When you look at Heard 'Em Say, 13 years old. I believe in creating things that last, and the way that you do that, it can't be built upon just you. It has to be a collective effort where everybody feels that they're a valuable contributor and part of what it is that you're creating. And so it's but again, like as a man, and you know, with dealing with a lot of things and mindsets from my past, it plays with me sometimes because I asked the question a long time ago. I'm like, am I an alpha that's acting like a beta, or I'm a beta with alpha problems? And sometimes it's just
you may be a sigma. Look that one up.
And what's that? Yeah, tell us, what is it?
It's a man who can go his own way, right? He doesn't need the context of an alpha, right? He can walk his own path, but I will say that's the best way to explain it short. But look up, what is a sigma? Okay, a sigma man. Doesn't have anything specific to do with the fraternities.
Okay.
But you are a sigma, though. But you are a sigma. Don't leave that part out, Brother John.
What's that?
I said, don't leave the part out that you are a sigma.
Yeah, I am, but yeah.
Somebody recruiting. Somebody sound like
Javante, I was uncomfortable with that, but yeah.
Sound like somebody recruiting.
Look that up. Thank you, Javante.
So
just like that, we have an interest meeting on our hands.
So Keith asked me to do some old pieces, or I'm sorry, we don't call them old pieces, we call them throwbacks. And so
Vintage.
Classics.
Throwbacks, classics. Yeah. So this poem was on was it on Real Legend? The System. Keith, what piece
Yes.
was?
It was on Religion.
Religion. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So shout out to Doc. So Doc, if y'all don't know Doc, not Doctor, what's Doctor not Dr. Denard, but Doc, the co-founder of Tallahassee Nights Live. So Doc was the one who actually recorded the Religion CD. So I go to Doc's house. Everybody went to Doc's house to record, and I'm doing the poem, and Doc was like, "Yeah, man, I want you to sing on this." And I'm like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want you to sing. We're gonna come up with a hook for it." And I was like, "I don't. That's not my calling. Like that's not what the Lord. That's not where the anointing flows in my life." So it's like, yeah, I'm one of the real people. I believe in, everybody don't have certain ministries. Like you can do all things through Christ, but that don't mean you should do all things all the time. So I was like, I just wanted, so we came up with it. I don't know if Blue Bailey on the line or not, but every time, I think Blue might have heard the poem before she met me. But every time Blue see me, she'll caught up in the system. They won't let him out. 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 So that's the hook. So if you ever get hold to that Religion CD, that's the hook for the hook for this poem. And but this is called The Beautiful Madness of the System. In every sense of the word, he's the epitome of a changed man, and all he wants is a second chance because he knows he messed up the first time. And when he first went on the grind, he knew he shouldn't have been out there, selling dope in the middle of nowhere like he was born with the hustle inside of him. And the confidence he had while on that corner, school and sports just couldn't provide for him, and he thought it was where he belonged, but it didn't take long before he figured out, no matter how much love you have for these streets, no matter how deep you think your game is, once these undercover P's get you under surveillance with them night vision binoculars and start watching you, you're playing right into their hands. So now he's praying in the back of an E350 van because they chose to raid on the very next day after he cooked. Cuffed, transported, and booked. Then sent away for 3 years and a day for possession of an intent to distribute 3 bags of yay. But now he's, quote, unquote, rehabilitated and patiently waiting for this store manager to finish reviewing his application. Awkwardly taking only a few moments after the criminal history review to tell him, we'll call you. We'll call you when all else falls through and every last single worker on our staff is striking and our stock starts to fall like lightning and it looks like we'll be bankrupt in a week or two. We'll call you. And although that's not what's said, this is what is implied when the applicant is an ex-felon. Convicted for drug selling at the age of 18. He's seen his fair share of classifieds and tried his hand at everything he was qualified for. Even took a couple of college courses when they shipped him up north. Learned how to fix computers. So even when he got paroled, he wouldn't have to go back to the dope hole. Help yourself is what prison instilled in him, building him up for a letdown. Because when his release date rolled around, he wasn't anxious to party or kick it with the ladies. All he wanted was to see his baby and to get a job. But it's hard to get up every day when you know your application gonna get turned away. When no matter what you say, it can't erase the link check marked in the box labeled yes. And formerly in distress, he lied about his record, only for the company to check it and relieve him of his position. But only after several of his customers have written letters about his excellent service. But now he exits the service having learned that honesty is not the best policy, and it probably will save him the hassle of having to start and stop work. Budgeting based on the paycheck and budgeting based on the first is a big difference. The difference between lights and rent. The difference between paying your probation officer or paying child support. But in both cases, he could end up back in court based on a warrant. And although all of these things matter, what's really important is his sanity. What's really important is something to drown out the chorus of the sweet melodies of the streets calling him back. Like an ex-girlfriend getting dropped by her new man come calling back. You know you shouldn't answer. You know it's an offer you shouldn't even begin to entertain, but who in their right mind turns down a sure thing? And what you don't know What you don't know is that the third time you hit your button for snooze, he was getting assigned in the labor pool, and afterwards he rushed home to change because he had 3 afternoon interviews that all ended the same, that all fed him the same line. Now his changed mind is thinking reneged. He's thinking about what he did and how he got caught up. But now he's 3 years smarter and he won't make the same mistake. See, instead of selling cook rate, he'll just get off straight powder and he'll vary his hours so they can't track him even if they do watch, and he'll vary his hours if he do watch, and he'll hit up various spots so they'll never know where he'll be. Obviously, he just needed to tighten up his game, not change, not go straight, because even when he tried to, they didn't want to hire him anyway. And every day, this story is lived out. Someone seeking to turn their life around is denied that opportunity, and usually they end up as a repeat offender. Or churches welcome to enter their ministry centers and take advantage of them, handling them like borderline sweatshop workers, and that's their service to the Lord as repayment for their sins. But in reality, they do it because they know their chances of survival in the job market is slim, because it's obvious that it doesn't matter how much rehab you've been through, but by its results, they designed this system to work against you.
Caught up in the system, they won't let him out.
They won't let him out.
Well, I guess who on? Blue Bailey.
Of course she is. I know she was gonna come on here.
Blue tail. Hey.
All right, cool. Everybody give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're still good. Y'all still with me? Everybody all right?
Oh, yeah. Go for it, Wally.
I just check Wally.
Quarantine, we ain't got nowhere
Go from the catacombs for us, brother.
Yeah.
Caught up in the
I just checked
system.
Wally Cash App, and I ain't see y'all donate. I seen 3 people donate.
Hey,
That's my album. Go ahead now.
hey, I'm gonna give some shout outs too. And so shout out to one of my first students, Miss Zalarina Sanders, on the line, who actually can I say it, Zalarina? Can I say it? Because you know how I tell your business. I'm one of them old black folk now that'll tell your business. Can I share it, Zalarina? So my baby Zalarina was nominated for an Emmy. For her series, yeah, my baby Zalarina, Heard Him Say alumni and First Wave alum as well for an amazing series. Zalarina, when you get a chance, can you please put the link to that series in the chat? For those of you that don't know, Heard Him Say is a youth organization that I started. It was founded in May of 2007 to identify, cultivate, and empower youth in activism and advocacy through artistic education and expression. We provide a safe space and a platform for young people, and Zalarina is one of the first students to graduate from that program, and is the first one from the program to receive a First Wave scholarship to the University of Wisconsin in Madison. And so very proud of you, Zalarina. Love you. And yeah, man, so everything that I've done, right, I've done as a married man. So a lot of these folk on here, you know, they get married, have children now. I was married before it was cool. I was married before it was the thing to do. And it was hard. I made it hard. I made it difficult. Why are you looking like that? I said I'm not talking about you. I'm saying I made it hard. I made it difficult. But my wife has been there every step of the way. Everything that don't turn your camera on. Turn so they can see your face. Turn your camera on. But she's been there every step of the way. Every crazy idea, everything that God placed in my heart, she has been right there to partner with me on it. My brother and sister, Talitha and Javante. And I know Talitha doesn't feel like being on the camera right now. I pick up the vibe. I'm a husband, and I know these things. But I wanted to say thank you all for the inspiration that you all have provided and the example for us. We've learned so much from you all. And one of the things that Talitha and Javante have been really like beating the drum on is marriage as an institution lately. And that is a really important thing, right, that we really have to get back to and talk about. A lot of people are getting married for the wrong reasons. They're marrying the right person for the wrong reason, or they're marrying the wrong person for the wrong reason. And it's not just about love. An institution is something that is designed to accomplish something and do something. And so you've got 3 purposes that are being merged together. You have You have your individual purpose. You have your partner's individual purpose, and then you got a collective purpose that the two of you are together to accomplish. So with the things that I've been able to do in my life, I would not have been able to accomplish them if I wasn't married to the woman that I'm married to. No matter how great I may think I am, no matter all the stuff I may tell her when I'm not on the line right now, I couldn't have done the things that I've done without her, and vice versa. Things individually, goals that she has had, I've been able to partner with her in those things, and then collectively we're actually going to be launching forward into some artistic things that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But just know, so for those of you that are, again, for those of you that are married, for those of you that are desiring to be married, we just celebrated 20 years this past March. So we've been in it for a minute. Please know that love is the glue that holds you together. It's part of the purpose. But let me tell you, like, the person you're with is designed to help you accomplish what you were put here for. You are put in that person's life to accomplish what they were put here for, and together there is something or some things that y'all are together to do and accomplish. And again, I want to thank Talitha and Javante for beating the drum on that, because it's something that we've been purposing to live out. And so the reason why I bring that up is because I want to do this piece that I wrote for my baby, for my wife. So this piece is called Paint by Numbers.
Wait, right before you start, who was the wedding planner at our wedding?
You tell me, who was your wedding planner?
No, I'm saying your baby, your wife, the one you wrote the poem for, who was the wedding planner. That's what I'm saying. She was the whom I'm supposed to say.
Hey,
lady.
Hey, and let me put this out there too, since we on that, right? Talitha and Javante, I want to thank y'all as well, because you know how, like, you can tell your mate something all day long, but it takes somebody on the outside to say something, and it's like this big epiphany. So when y'all was getting on her about charging what she's worth, and her image and representing herself and her brand and putting her face in the forefront, these are things that her husband has been trying to impart, but let it be something that I'm doing. So, it's like she got every answer for anything that I'm working on. But,
The people want to hear the poem. The people want to hear the poem.
No, the people
people want to hear the truth.
What be quiet? They don't want to hear you.
They want to hear the truth.
They don't want to hear.
All right, so this is for all brothers out there. I figured that'd be the whole world. Everybody needs someone to love.
What? Bobby made Bobby laugh on that. Yeah, Lord, you hit a nerd in. Brother John, I forgot, look at it. Who was that, Prince? No.
So check it out. Ever since the beginning of time, man has been fascinated with the idea of playing God. And every now and again, the Most High will give us the opportunity to prove how truly inadequate we are. Fresh start, clean slate, no excuses. Just a blank canvas and 1,000,001 chances to paint the portrait of perfection that we dream about. So we gradually pick our colors out from an infinite spectrum. We select them and then test them before adding them to our palette. Raw talent and hungry eyes behind each brushstroke, and every opportunity brings hope that this will be our masterpiece. A definitive work that marks our legacy. A silent awe that speaks for me. Beauty rarely needs an explanation. Visual tones cascading within our spirit. We remove our ceilings from the coops and let our potential kiss the sky. Aim our patriot missiles high and shoot down angels that become our subjects, our muse. Our own little piece of heaven in tunics and heel shoes. This isn't love. This is art. Colorful. And so I tell her, allow me to immortalize you in the hues you kept hidden in the eyes of your adolescent dolls. Lower the drawbridge of your wall so that I may discover the majesty of your castle. I come in peace, bearing only the 2 arms God has given me. These are not lines. This is a message to the divine to whom you've been praying. The Boaz you requested now stands before you, waiting. I begin painting. enveloping her days with blue watercolored skies and patterned clouds shaped like Jamaica. In the afternoons, I take her on long walks where we cross lavender and gold bridges. We stop every couple of minutes to skip rocks and then walk barefoot through lush jaded fields. All the while, she remains quiet and still, the color of serenity. Fascinated by her energy, I smear her orange and burgundy evenings and routinely attempt to dazzle her with flashes of St. Elmo's fire. Gently tilt her head higher and point out the stars that were patterned after her eyes. She tells me that she wants to cry, but I warn her that stardust will only leave a trail behind. We are second grade Valentines, believing that life is as sweet as the candy we share. Her, Twizzlers and Werthers, me, Butterfingers and Starbursts. We made bets to see who will run out of words first. We usually tie. Our eyes play hopscotch as we watch the edges of darkness neatly fold its corners and tuck itself behind the horizon. She is a yellow dawn rising as if to say, good morning. Renewed mercy and grace. Her face is the center of my solar system, which explains why my lips burn when I kiss them. But this isn't love. This is art. Paint stains on my smock in retrospect should have reminded me that my hands are unsteady. Anxious doesn't mean you're ready. I'm green, still growing, holding her innocence like judgment standing before your honor. She has disrobed her armor and entrusted me with her beautifully broken vessels. But what happens when you're more excited than careful? When you dismiss the color palette and decide to deviate from the palette and the lines you were supposed to stay within, there are some laws that not even God can bend as sin stains red on the canvas. Apologies cannot undo collateral damage. It only reinforces the voices you ignored. Potential drips on the floor. I am a deity with no ability to stop tears and colors from running, doing everything and nothing, fumbling towards ecstasy, because ever since the beginning of time, man has been fascinated with the idea of being the Lord of Lords, King of Kings, only to end up as the Lord of a three-ring T-Pain Lupe fiasco, longing for a power that we were born not to know, standing at the foot of her rainbow, holding the colors of love that no longer resemble the palette I selected. And if I'm a God that cannot lie, how can broken promises be corrected? How can I mend her heart without a fresh start, a clean slate? I heard him say that only cowards run away from the messes they make, but fools stay believing that they can somehow make amends. These are the things that change boys to men when we can run, but don't. I used to be afraid she'd one day forget me. Now I'm afraid she won't. Afraid she's no longer willing to pose for my rendering, but I can't seem to find a color for forgiving. Can't blot out the sporadic shades of gray that now randomly appear, and it's now clear that I'm no Picasso, let alone God. This isn't art. This is love, flawed perfection, a portrait of divine lessons that only make sense over time, because we must first recognize the process before we can truly appreciate the design.
That's hard right there, boy.
And that's why
right there, boy.
And that's why Charmaine said, I do.
IDO. IDO.
Hey, but on the real, y'all, for those of you that are like considering marriage, those of you that are in your marriage, those of you that are in marriage, like appreciate your partner. Like make it, stay focused on the one you're with. Like for real. Like if you in it, be in it. Like full heart, soul, like be committed to what it is that you are in, for real.
To friendship.
You that are desiring to be married, please make sure that you are choosing based on the right things. A lot of people are in love with weddings instead of marriages. Like a lot of people don't. They
don't want to hear that.
What they really want is a marriage. What they really want is a fly wedding. Please throw yourself a birthday party. Like, okay. What you really want is a wedding. Yeah, like this marriage thing is for real, for show, for certain. Yes, so, yeah, man. So, but I'm grateful to God, man, because listen, it should have been over a couple times. And immaturity, but it was by the grace of God, and the fact that also too, I don't discount the fact my parents have been married 58 years. Charmaine's parents have been married 50 years. That's 108 years of marital experience. Like literally downstairs and one phone call away. So it's like what I look like calling send my mom and dad and say, hey, things ain't gonna work out. It's like Really? Tell us something we don't know. You know, we still at it. So, like, please make sure you do your due diligence in your relationships. If you're in it, be in it. Support your spouse. They had a purpose and a destiny before they met you, and you have come into their life to help them accomplish what it is that they were put here to do before they met you. So, you know, all of this thing of making people compromise and minimize and marginalize themselves to fit within this framework of what you think your marriage should be is spiritual suffocation. And so that's not what marriage, the institution, is designed to be. So my name is Wally B, and I approve that message.
Yes, hey, Wally.
Yes.
In the chat, when you said earlier, you said about y'all power. You said we've been in it for a minute. I put we've been in it for a minute, but our power is in how we give each other a second chance to be great after a mistake.
That's good.
And that's dedicated to y'all.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Bag talk.
Talk back.
Let me see. We got, shout out to Lady Blue. Shout out to Poet She Is. Shout
you already know.
Hey, yo. So we got a couple on the line, right? They actually met at a Black on Black Rhyme show and ended up getting married. So Cleo and Ryan, y'all wanna share y'all testimony real quick, real like a real 10-second testimony.
Hi everybody. So we actually met when we were 15 and 16 years old in church, and then ended up kind of not necessarily sneaking into the Cotton Club, but we were there, we were present, and we kind of fell in love over the Black on Black rhyme scene. And I mean, you know, I went to school up in Baltimore, Maryland, and he went to FAM, and you know, we didn't necessarily stay. Sorry, I can't share my video at the moment, but we did not necessarily stay together. But 10 years later, after graduating from high school, we ended up reconnecting and rekindling, and we've now been married for 4 years, going on for 5 years. And I reconnected with Wally maybe, what was it, last year? And just to remember, we were really caught up in love, but to find a space and a platform where we were able to use our words and be productive with our words and emotion, it was definitely a space that we fell in love. We were friends before Black on Black Rhyme, but we definitely fell in love with our Black on Black Rhyme family. So we truly do attribute a lot of our growth as teenagers to the scene with Wally B. He took us on the radio. He kind of adopted us. He kept calling us the Siamese twins because we would always be up in the club, in the cut, in the shadows, being teenagers and whatnot. And, you know, it really was a blessing to have made it, you know, a situation that we weren't out in the streets doing other shit. We was really growing in a productive way as teenagers. And yeah, I'm grateful, and Ryan is grateful for that as well.
Hey man, I love y'all, and thank y'all so much for being on the line. She actually sent me an email like out the blue, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's like, hey, you may not remember me. Me and my husband met you know, came to Black on Black Rhyme, blah, 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 and just ran down the whole line, man. So I wanted them to share a little bit, obviously, because of, you know, the marriage thing, but also, too, man, to remind us that, you know, this poetry thing and what we're doing, it resonates a lot. It resonates a lot higher than just our words and our work. You know, we have to, you know, we got to walk it like we talk it. And so, you know, we never know as far as the individuals in our path that we meet. And so, man, I'm grateful. So I want to share this. I got a new piece. I got a new poem, And I'll talk about it after the fact. But what I want to shout out Khalil, because Khalil, man, that's the thing about Black on Black is that like we always in tune. I haven't talked to Khalil in I don't know how long. And when I tell you this brother, the poem that he did earlier, literally is in the same vein of this new poem. And yeah, so it's like I said, we definitely gonna talk about it after the fact because it is going to be worth talking about. Because I know a lot of us are in this place right now. The poem is called "Truth Hurts." A skyline is the horizon created by a city's overall structure. It is usually depicted by a series of skyscrapers gathered together in the business district. The image is often used as an artistic representation of the area. A skyline is a city smile. A Cheshire grin stretching for blocks or miles, it is a greeting. An introduction through construction. A welcome wider than the wishes of its visitors. New York's skyline apparently steals its smile from its citizens, which would explain why it is both breathtaking and heartbreaking. Chicago's bends around Lake Michigan as if clearing its throat. Cold enough to catch wind of rumors and blow them back into the face of gossips. LA is less of a smile, more of a smirk. Surrounded by mountains, it is a reminder that heaven ain't hard to find. No one should be surprised that Atlanta's skyline has a gold tooth. In the South, we like to wear our opulence, walk it like we talk it, both seen and heard. Yet the loudest ones in a room often never say a word. They just... On September 25th, 2018, I lost one of the skyscrapers from my skyline. A combination of negligence and medical wizardry left me one ivory pillar short of a picture-perfect view. Demolition by wisdom tooth. Pushing against the postcard image I thought was timeless, unceremoniously reminded of my age. The 40-year-old version of a boy overwhelmed by the pressure of possibilities. Back when site plans were the only currency faith required. Inspired by a vision plainly written. Ribbons, cut like art in schools. Creativity was always a luxury we're still in time to obtain, but that's the thing about the grain of an hourglass. The tighter you grasp, the less you have. They say black don't crack, but aging can fracture the strongest of confidence. When Saturday night decisions become Tuesday afternoon appointments and Thursday morning procedures. When bodies betray branding and care nothing about reputation, only here and now, how quickly we are reminded that we are indeed our parents' children. Recalling times when we would criticize the condition of their buildings and they would tell us, just keep living. Cautioned about judging a road based on its potholes as if its skin wasn't once colorful and smooth. Roofs, originally sturdy and new, now weather-worn and thin. Every bend a proclamation. Every cloudy window a forecast of unfulfilled promises we may never see. Mirrors, evolving from ally to enemy. Mirrors, evolving from ally to enemy. Mocking our memories. Trouble remembering each floor's story. But if these drywalls could talk, if the hallways could replay their echoes, if the gray smoke emanating from the exhaust could return to our lungs, what would they say? Better yet, will we even listen? They all seem to be whispering. Transitions. Rookies become veterans. Veterans now elders. Elders graduate to ancestors. It is a lesson that change will always find us. And time is the rudest usher. Always rushing to escort us to what's next, even when we're not ready. Unprepared, scared, reluctant to leave the comfort of what is familiar, forgetting that everything we see is temporal. Even the sun goes down. Heroes eventually die. Horoscopes often lie, and sometimes why. Nothing is for sure, nothing is for certain, and nothing lasts forever. Feeling like an outcast on every level, attempting to settle into a new reality over and over and over and over and over again. But continuing to grieve over what has been prevents us from appreciating our magnificent mile, robs us from admiring the spectacular view of the skyline designed through our life's work. This earth was not built by brick and mortar. What you do may make you important, but why you do it will make you immortal. Like the enduring smile of your favorite city when listening to your obituary, what should people see? The inheritance and the legacy you leave should feed generations and remind everyone that greatness is always just over the horizon.
Go ahead, bro.
Man, go on the right one too, man. Do it next week. I ain't going to perform the end, man.
So yeah, man, it's the great thing about these gatherings, right? Sorry, y'all. We get to celebrate what it is we've done, and so like we gotta be our own encouragement. We gotta know what it is that we've done, and we gotta take pride in it. We're getting older, and I haven't handled it well. Just being real. Y'all family, so like I don't care about doing this because I write for my life. Like this what I do. This is why I started writing. I don't care nothing about reputation and all of that. But I don't know about anybody else. But getting older is a hell of a thing. And not only yourself, but watching your parents get older.
Yes,
has been real hard. My brother Javante, I don't want to speak for him, but you know, brother, watching you walk through what you experienced with your mother, it really it's a great inspiration for me during this time. So yeah, man, it's so yeah, that poem was a encouragement for me to girl, if you don't get out of here with that church fan, move. I don't need your help.
You need it.
Charmaine in here waving the church fan like I'm at the.
They know how to ruin a moment, don't they?
I know that's right, Mom.
Ruin a moment, man.
You got the funeral home church fan.
Yes. Charmaine, get back in your spotlight. Charmaine, get back in your spotlight. Wally, don't talk, just get back on spotlight.
Wow.
Man, poet, but yeah, man, poet. I don't write poetry because I like writing. I write poetry because I got problems. So yeah, I've always, everything that I've done growing up, I've always been the youngest. I graduated high school at 17 and a half. So to embrace age, to grow old gracefully, I'm learning how to do that. To release my parents into a place where they are not recognizing and appreciating that they are not just my parents. They are men and women. They are, you know, they have to answer to God. And man, it's just, you know, it's been a hard thing. And yeah, so we have a multi-generational home, and I am blessed. We are blessed to have my parents still amongst the land of the living and to aid them. But it's hard. It's hard, man. So yeah, but I saw somebody type, with age comes wisdom. And so to the young ones out there too, to some of the younger poets, man, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for carrying on this legacy. Hopefully y'all are encouraged by what you all have been seeing and experiencing with being I'm laughing because Slam put a hashtag Team Corny, and but yeah, man. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Keith, how many more poems I got?
I think like 18 more minutes, 19 more minutes. What is it? Yeah, 25 more minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes.
Okay, that means 3.
50 more minutes.
Keep me tripping.
Not that much time.
So I do this poem because Keith requested it. It's an older piece, and it's shout out to Ali.
Yeah.
Shout out to Javante. Shout out to Javante. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else on the line.
Blackbird.
BlackBerry. No, it's I'm shouting them out for the reason of picture it, Southern Fried, 2004, Miami, Florida.
Oh Lord.
So in this bout, you had black on black round Tampa. You had Pensacola. You had Fort Lauderdale, and you had Tallahassee black on black round. On my team, it was Sonya, Thomas, Spoken X, and Life Malcolm.
Yeah.
And you?
I remember all this because this is just who I am. On the Pensacola team, you had Ali Langston, Soul Tom Evans, John Poetic, and Ali helped me out. Was it Mark Marcel on y'all squad that year?
Yep.
And on Team Tallahassee, you had Javante, a.k.a. the Score Creep Killer, Faithful Hazel, Liz Straight, and Paul D. Black on black round Tallahassee ran a 120. For those of you that don't know what that means, every poet on their team got a perfect score. It was one of the best bouts I was ever in, one of the proudest. And this is the poem that I did during that bout.
Come on, brother.
Conscious. Having an awareness of one's environment and one's own existence. Conscious. Mentally perceptive or alert. Conscious. Intentionally conceived or done. Conscious. Inwardly attentive or sensible. Conscious. Wholeheartedly embracing the facing the fact that I'm black. Yeah, I have my degree. But when I stumble on my words during a presentation or fail to make the proper professional arrangements, what do you think they see? You think I don't know that patience is much shorter for me? See, every day I'm proving myself and grooming myself so that other minorities won't get cheated out of an opportunity and using the little authority I do have to add my contributions to the struggle. Sneaking food from their events to feed the hungry and praying that I don't get in trouble. And like the spook that stood behind the door, I can do more from the inside. So I play their game. I learn their slang and I document their weaknesses because Queen Sheba and Javante, they got it right. The revolution is economical. And me as a professional black counsel is more of a threat than any of these political clowns. That's why they let Jesse Jackson live and they kill Ron Brown. Conscious. Like the older I get, the more I learn there ain't no such thing as coincidence. Just follow the common thread. Like we never had problems out of Iraq when Bill Clinton was getting head, but now Muslims threaten our existence. And the shootings in Washington and the planes that were dropping were just an Islamic coincidence. Like the death of Senator Paul Wellstone didn't play into it. Like George Sr. and George Jr. are just so innocent. Like Iraq isn't the 10th largest producer of oil and the Bushes aren't interested. Like you hadn't heard anything about Osama bin Laden because TV stations kept forgetting to mention it. Like all of these events couldn't be interrelated because it would be too big of a coincidence. Conscious. That's why I ignore the head wraps and incense because that don't make you conscious. And just because you grew out your perm and rock open-toed sandals or no longer eat pork, chicken, or beef, when was the last time you took your consciousness to the street? When was the last time you spent your last dime to feed somebody you just met? When was the last time you went down to watch children at a playground and just wept, thinking about their future, thinking about the world that they will inherit? When was the last time you were transparent and used your faults to encourage someone? Conscious, fully aware of the expectations by taking my mission in stride, standing by my family's side because in this spiritual ride, we confide a lot about what's inside, but my mind's eye sees where they tried and were denied access to unconditional love. Judged because their paths of iniquity are not closed in secrecy. And while others see defiance and bashing, I see passion. And loyalty is my greatest fault. And I didn't choose my path. I just walked and prayed for direction and guidance. And the Most High provided these brothers and sisters as my inspiration. So you'll excuse me if I put my life on the line for them in any given situation. Conscious. So don't think that because of my past disposition that I won't give you a verbal whipping, or so watch your mouth, especially when you speak on issues that you don't know nothing about, promoting the speculation, because if it's brought to the stage, I'll be quick to engage with no hesitation, with no stalling, stopping, or waiting. So the next time you step to the mic, you better make sure you got your stuff right. And next time you step to the stage, know who it is that gave you the platform to drop the knowledge you say. And so it won't always be peace, but respect is mandatory at the very least. Conscious. If you claim to be alive, then open your eyes. Conscious. If you claim to be alive, then open your eyes.
Yeah, back talk.
Conscious party.
Back. I got that battle on video too, Wally. What all Yep, got it on tape.
All right, man. So I'm gonna do two more, and I'm gonna get out of y'all way, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me, man, and allowing me to be.
Love you, Wally.
Who else to be,
I don't know what you're thinking about, but I just seen Charmian.
He dropping hints. Ooh, that was smooth.
I can't. You know what? I'm gonna end with that. I was gonna end with something else. I'm gonna end with that. I'm gonna do this piece because Sonny asked me to do it. And
Sonny, like sunshine statement.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do this piece.
About that one, Ali.
And then I'm gonna end with that poem. Yeah, I'm gonna end with that poem.
What happened to your Black on Black rhyme piece, man?
Look, so check it out, right? 4 of them, right? I got 4 of them. But the one I used to do all the time was part 2. I cannot find it. I don't know where it is.
Do the other 3.
You gotta do at least one of them.
Oh man. All right, man. Somebody say do them all. The devil is a liar.
It ain't like Ali no heels anymore. Somebody got to do this besides me.
Man.
I never learned
Ali
mine.
no heels anymore.
I like we need you back for a second feature. That's what it's talking about.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't cry. I didn't.
That was a guarantee.
You made me bring
I
out
said
this.
it earlier when you said I ain't gonna cry. I said I guarantee you he cried.
Just get him some more water. Get him some more water.
Don't let the enemy use you like that, brother. Don't do that. Don't do that. He was crucified, dead, and buried.
You almost made me cry, so that was another thing.
The ushers on standby. We got some oil and some blankets next time.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Hey man. So again, my baby, my sister. I was gonna say my baby. She definitely ain't no baby no more. But my little sister, Sonny, and my little brother Derek. When I tell y'all, man, listen. The Lord does a miraculous, powerful work. Cause boy, if you had, I don't know. For Sonny to have her own business that don't involve contract killings, and for where she made, but for Derek to be with the advanced degree, for Derek to have be on the cusp of having a PhD, man, I am like over the freaking moon. Our family does more than just poetry. This is about real life, man.
Man, log on. Wally giving you a shout out right now.
Yeah. So. Shout out Derek. I love you, bro. I'm proud of you. Sonny actually came to Tampa when we restarted Black on Black Rhyme a few years ago, and she actually memorized and performed this poem. And man, Javante, you remember one of Blue's students. Shout out to Blue Bailey, Orlando, and one of Blue's students actually memorized one of Javante's poems and performed it. The grind. Sonny came to Tampa and performed this piece, and like I could have laid down and died, like literally, like that's when people. It's something about when people value your words, like when you write from a place, a genuine place, when you really just trying to encourage yourself, and like people are encouraged by the words you using to encourage yourself. And even like with Black on Black Rhyme in the various cities where I heard him say, like, that's really what it's all about, is helping to encourage people and give them the tools to encourage themselves. Like, this is what it's really always been about. So I'm going to do this piece. Sonny, I love you. I'm proud of you. You are going to be a millionaire, young lady. It's coming. And when it happens, I'm gonna have my hand right out, or else secrets got to be told on national televisions. Cause yeah, I'm just telling you, I speak prosperity and favor and expansion. I speak good health with a P. I speak resources. I speak the expansion of your menu and your catalog. I speak international recognition.
Over.
You know, this is because it's, and again, the Lord is going to honor it because it is from a genuine place. It's a great idea, obviously, but more than that, the reason why you're doing what you're doing, never forget that. Never forget why you're doing what you're doing, despite all the success. I can feel the change. And I'm not exactly sure of who I am, but I know that I'm not the same. Not exactly sure of where I'm going, but I know that I'm on my way. I'm walking it out. Walking it out instead of just running my mouth and remaining quiet because I'm listening. Positioning myself to always hear the master when he speaks. And I know that God still speaks today because I don't always like what he has to say. And that's probably why I keep getting off track. Afraid that my better days are behind me. Steady listening because I know the devil is lying to me, but it's easier to believe the worst about yourself. It's easier to remain stagnant than to try something new and push past it. Easier to conceive rather than believe and leave yesterday holding the lessons you learned, and it's a struggle, y'all. A struggle to constantly renew your mind when you don't see the signs on the outside of the changes that you feel on the inside. Like how my church continues to ask me to talk about tithes and offering when I'm financially struggling, but I never say no. Never say no, even though I can't seem to keep my bank account out of the red. Drive a car that leaks on the inside and got an AC that's dead. So literally, you can say that I got a sauna in my Honda. And did I mention that we live in Florida where did I mention that we live in Florida where the summer lasts all year round? Yeah, I'm admonishing others and they're giving, like my life is financially sound and spending more than I have because I have to. Have two daughters that remind me often to keep walking out, but off my job don't count. My boss even told me that he gets scared every time I ask him, can we talk? Because he always thinks that I found a better job, which is kind of funny. But not when you consider he ain't never scared enough to give me more money. I guess you can call me the modern day biblical Joseph before the promotion, interpreting dreams. Or you can say I'm David before he became king, continuing to dodge death before finally making it to the throne. And I bet we all thought the same thing. How long? How long before my moment in the sun comes? How long before everything that's happened in my life makes sense? And when I get it, will I still be able to enjoy it? Because bitterness can leave an aftertaste that even Colgate and Listerine can't clean, but I still walk it out. Even though I have doubts and amounts that make Charlie Brown look like Dr. Phil. So y'all, please feel me. I come clean about being filthy. Tell the truth about the lies I hide. Like how I secretly contemplate suicide because they say death is certain and I just want something that I can be sure of so I can stop worrying, so I can silence the angels and the demons holding my soul in escrow. Caught between the power of green and gold like Green Lantern and Sinestro. But I must be pretty valuable because they Anthony Hamilton can't let go. Won't leave me be. My 78-year-old mama still praying for me and I'm dying to make her proud. But I can't seem to put the bottle down. Can't throw off my crutches for nothing. I'm angry, bitter, serving God, but still feeling like a sinner. And I know he can still see me pressing, still serving God, but still feeling like a sinner. And I know he can still bless me, but all I can see are the same things continuously replayed like Groundhog Day, like a glitch in the Matrix. Glitch in the Matrix. Can't see the changes even when I look for them. So I refocus. I count backwards from 10. I'm told to look again. I'm reminded of Hebrews chapter 12, verse 10. Those who God loves, he disciplines. He withholds and corrects. So part of the reason why you haven't made it yet, Sonny, is because you probably can't handle it. You're too immature. We're too immature and overly anxious to get there. And God will not put more on you than you can bear, success included. So Lord, move it if it is blocking our path. Because even though we don't know where we're going, we're hoping that we'll at least know when we get there.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, talk.
Talk back.
Oh,
Talk back.
I just want to say that when I heard that poem, I had a Honda that only one window went gown on. And I used to be sweating, driving to the Waffle House on Capitol Circle in a full Waffle House regalia. And if y'all ever tell anybody when I get rich and famous, they will never find your body. So that poem really resonated with me because I used to be dying every time it rained. I literally had a sauna in my 92 white Honda with the plum tints. So I was like, this man wrote this sermon just for me.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It was yeah, it was like I said, that was a hell of a moment. Really. Keith, I can't find this poem, man. I'm gonna have to do it. I promise the next time I come on the open mic, I'll do a black on black rhyme piece.
Well, what you, Brother John, Ali, and Javante don't know yet is that we're gonna actually do a feature series where we're gonna get like 3 or 4 of the features. They're gonna do a 30-minute set all in one show. So that can be one of your poems, all right?
I promise, I got you.
And Ali, them other 10 poems we requested you tell me you didn't know, that'll be a good time to do those as well, all right? So yeah, don't be telling me I told y'all at the last minute. I told y'all at the last show. All right.
And Ali, if you need me to send you a copy of your own CD so you remember the poems, I got it.
Got them all.
And post.
I got you, Ali. I got you right here.
Javante, if Javante don't know how to act, we're gonna do a little hologram situation, and we're gonna work something out. Javante, we're not gonna let the devil have victory in this thing that you're trying to put together.
Check your. I just emailed you the lyrics to the Black on Black Rhyme Part 1. Your poem. Since I knew you was gonna come out, you didn't forget it, so you can do the other poem. So check your email.
Do that. Let's give Wally his flowers while he looked for that.
Wally, why you gonna give Wally the flowers? Charmaine cook.
She said she on that gluten free. She ain't eating it.
Let's give it.
But Wally, I do think it's important for somebody to say it on your behalf because you over-index with this I'm second fiddle thing, and it may be true in some aspects and a lot whatever. If that's how you view yourself, I'm sure there's truth in it. But you ain't never been second fiddle in this realm. You've taken everybody to greater heights and seen what others couldn't see in themselves and made sure that they could see it in themselves. And you did it with people that most deem unworthy. Like why you still
Word
up? And you do that, and you do it well. You do it better than anybody. And it's really not about the other people. It's really about that's your gift. And so when you take the time to speak the life outside of the life you speak in your poems, which move everybody. So on top of all of the things that you do for others, all of the way that you move and live your life and who you are for others, on top of all that, oh, by the way, you're an amazing writer. You're an amazing poet. You're an amazing creator of culture and cultivating and really curator of the culture, whether it's through getting these. I'm Tiffany. Slam, Zalarina. Who else? All these they grown women now. You've been part of their lives for at least half their lives, where all of that is who they become is because they can singularly point to one person. And I think all of us on here who know you can do that as well, to say that you leave more than just some type of small, oh yeah, I know that guy. No, you leave a major impression, more than you either like to let on or more than you know. And so I want you to know, since we were around family, I think it's important that you know that and hear it. And I'm on here. I got on here at 8 because you was on here. And that's always, I think, is the biggest compliment is if I just show up anyway, because I don't like to bring on theory, but I love my Black on Black Ride family. So I was made sure I was front and center for you.
I was surprised too.
Well said, Javante. Well said, brother.
We love you, Javante.
Man, bless you, Javante, for that, and thank y'all so much, man. I've as I mentioned, man, this is y'all are my people. this is part of my purpose, and it's part of my path. And so yeah, I've and I want to also take the time to apologize to God in front of you all. I have grieved him by denying who I was, by refusing to embrace who he created me to be, even from the standpoint of advocating for and speaking up on behalf of women. It was something that I noticed that I used to do, and I'm gonna speak some language and say some things like that I normally don't say. But growing up, it was like, why you capping for hoes, and why so it was like, again, because of the conflict that I had with myself, I really began to betray myself as it relates to how I really felt and who I really was. And that caused me oftentimes to not say things that I would see, not be an advocate when I in retrospect realized I was placed in a certain situation specifically to address a situation. I was seeing it for a reason. Even with everything that's been created from a poetry standpoint, it wasn't created because I was like, I want to start a poetry show. Black on Black Mind, Tampa, Heard Him Say was all created because of need. I saw a need. And so, there were times where I saw a need, especially when it came to women, because I was afraid of what my brothers would say and wanting to be embraced and accepted. I didn't say certain things. But I'm in a place now that look, you can't take you can't legislate my blackness. I'm a black man, and nobody can take that away from me. How that is administered is not up to you. That's up to God. But I welcome accountability in that. So, Brother John, your pledge was right on, brother. I mean, that's it, and it is that is not a poem. That's a pledge. That's what we need. Javante, you and Talitha, y'all points for our community. Like, that's what we need. These poems turning into action. These words turning into a lifestyle, turning into something that we can encourage our children to help them with their behavior and their vision. Like, that's what this is. That's what this is all about, and always has been. When I get a chance to talk to students right now, I love using this phrase that everything that we talk about today is going to have everything and nothing to do with poetry. Everything that we do has everything and nothing to do with poetry. If your poetry isn't helping you to be a better person, if your poetry isn't convicting you to a higher, a better lifestyle, if your poetry isn't compelling you to a place where you are helping to improve what's around you, that you're not honoring your spirituality and your God and your community, then you are a charlatan, and you are defaming what it is, the gift that's been placed inside of you. And I'm not talking to y'all, I'm talking to me on that. So that's what I've always loved and appreciated about this family. We don't always get it right. We've turned a blind eye. We haven't spoke on certain things. We haven't done certain things. And today, all of that ends. That's over. We're gonna start honoring our women. We're gonna start honoring each other. We're gonna start calling stuff out and holding each other accountable. And I know it's already started, but I welcome it. So, but thank you for that, Jay, and thank y'all, family, for this platform, man, for this, man, I tell you, everything that I am, the Lord has used y'all. The Lord has used this platform. He's used Black on Black. He's used Heard Him Say. I can't stand in front of these youth and I'm preaching to them about writing from an honest place and being better people because of their work, and I'm not doing it myself. I can't preach to them about being great writers and challenging themselves and not challenge myself to be a great writer and lead by example. What you see and what you hear from me as an artist, that comes from being around these young people and committed to being a lifelong learner. And when I tell you, those Heard Him Say students, Zalarina and the rest of them, have been the best teachers that I have ever had. My daughters in the other room and my wife in the other room have been the most amazing instructors, convictors, accountability partners that I could have ever asked for. So I'm gonna end it like this. I have a 13-year-old. Her name is Simone. She is on the autism spectrum, and she is absolutely incredible, and I learn from her every day. I have a 17-year-old. Her name is Charmian Julia Francis Jennings. She is the winner of the 2020 Anne Frank Humanitarian Award and is a 2021 senior at Jefferson High School. And she is my baby. She is my twin, and I love her. Despite all of that, in spite of all of that, this guy tells me, upon hearing the news that I'm about to have daughter number 2, which is Simone, he says to me that real men make men. And since I can't seem to pass on my Y chromosome, then I must not have what it takes to train one, let alone make one. He says all of this while watching me tutor his son. Algebra, combining like terms. Learn the value of X and Y by isolating the variable to one side, and I can't lie. Secretly, it does hurt, because a man's worth can often be tied to his ability to procreate males, regardless of whether or not he stays. And honestly, every man dreams of having a son one day. Someone to carry on his last name and somehow make up for all the mistakes he made, but God gave me girls. And since I believe in destiny and not fate, I have to trust that God planned it this way. I'm just not always sure why. Maybe he wanted me to know what it was like to be on the opposite sides of the games I used to play. I mean, I used to hear it a lot, but when did you ever think about a girl's father before you took her out? What it must have been like to be in his shoes and the fact that you could be him one day. Or maybe because of the way the world is headed, God knew that I'd bring my daughters up to be strong women. Or maybe he just wanted me to be thankful for what I was given. Because how many times have you gotten exactly what you asked for and then regretted that you asked for it? How many times are you absolutely certain that if you got the exact person you wanted, you'd be happy? Only to realize you keep picking men that remind you of your daddy, or women that remind you of your mother, and the qualities you would like to see in them, in him or her. The first relationship that we ever have with a person of the opposite sex is with our parents, regardless of whether they're present or absent. And since God gave me girls, I'm charged with setting a good example and to handle my business, regardless of what the situation is. See, that's what real men do. I aced Algebra 2 because I always knew how to find the true value of X and Y. Isolate boys and girls to opposite sides, and you'll find that although their needs are different, their values are equivalent, congruent with the father's influence. And I use my patience to keep the equation balanced. So if you think it takes more talent to train your son, talk to me when your child runs up to you asking if they're matched because they were dressed by their mama. Sorry, Charmaine. And but when it comes to fashion, they don't really trust her. Not like they trust their daddy. Get at me when you spend your Friday evenings greasing your child's hair with a jar of Sulfur 8 and then spend 2 hours trying to get the part in the middle of her hair straight. How does that mean you got to take your child to the restroom in public, but girls can't touch nothing? So you got to hold her up over the toilet seat and then pray to God that you don't get hit with pee. Tell me you know the theme song to Hannah Montana, Dora the Explorer, a High School Musical. And then and only then, maybe you can relate to what I'm going through. But until then, I will be waiting on your son on the front lawn with a shotgun, a bathrobe, church socks, and house slippers. Just so he remembers that anytime he takes out Charmian or Simone, they ain't never really alone. So yeah, player, bring them back home the same way that they left. Because when God gives girls, he gives us the best. Hey, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much again for this opportunity. Keith, I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to keep growing, keep building. I've been talking about Charmaine and I a lot. We got a great initiative. We're actually going to be hosting a virtual online show tomorrow night by Next Level Entertainment. It's called the Vibe Lounge. Would love to have some of y'all come on and spit some poems. We're going to be doing some trivia. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time. So we'll put that link in the comments. Also, too, me and my beautiful bride, we're starting an initiative in the city, and it's called Mouth of the Mural. It is a phrastic poetry where we're actually going to be going around, and we're going to be doing different poems at different murals around the city. So we're going to be employing an adult poet, a youth poet. We're going to be interviewing visual artists and the business owner where the murals are located. So that's going to be, again, something that Charmaine and I, an initiative that we're doing together. Very proud of it. You can visit her on her brand new, spanking new website, www.charmainejennings.com. You can visit me at my website, which is still under construction, www.walterwallybjennings.com. We digital in this thing. But I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. And yeah, Keith, thank you again, man. I appreciate you, brother.
And thank you for accepting the feature too, man.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm running out of pennies to sway you. But you said, man, don't give them 2 nickels. I said, okay, that's all right. We really enjoyed it. And y'all, if y'all have some people that y'all might want to get featured, let me know. We can hit them up and see if we can make it happen without rapping. And one time for my daughter, Ashley, that's on. Is she still here?
Oh.
Yes.
Hey.
I think she's still on here. Ali, where you at? Ali, you still on? You ready to rock this mic? Say, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nah, I'm sleepy.
Do that poem about no sleep.
It's called Snore. You want to hear it?
Nah. I heard that before. Nope. All right, let me see. X, you want to do one?
Yeah, I can do one.
All right. You know, your poem long as I don't know what, so you might can get one. I'm lying, they short.
Y'all ready?
Wally, great feature, man. Gosh, y'all got me over here reminiscing.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, I'm glad to be on here. Hey, Wally B, you did your thing. Definitely glad to be a part of Black on Black Rhyme. I'm very grateful. Very grateful. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I've gained my aura in Georgia. Rich red soil never spoiled the black seed. Succeeding and never raising a prune. To never assume that a gold mine is only dug with a silver spoon, and that acres are heirlooms, giving room for roots to reign over terrain and forever bloom. Admiring the scent of its perfume before pushing up daisies too soon, and showing a caterpillar how to fill a womb of a butterfly. Wings southern fried while breast, leg, and thighs are the size of a peach. Get through the bitter and savor the sweet that gives abundantly. See that honey be like molasses. Time flies, but capture when it relaxes, and thick accent sticks to whoever it catches. Where grandma's floor was considered a mattress and stacked with grandchildren with naps. So get a quick pick for the scrapbook. I remember how long that took when we would scrap over the soul food cooked till we meet again. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm so excellent, Lord.
Right.
You gotta be the most happiest, smiling poet I know.
Hey, Keith, I wanted to share one before we got off, if I could.
Who's that, Erica? Oh, you next anyway.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
I thought Crystal was saying that, so Crystal, you after her.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have laughed, I have cried and just really enjoyed myself. But Wally, you were amazing. So just this, our vibe, us, painted black. It's always good to be with us. So I have a piece I want to share with you guys called Black Love.
We heard that.
Maybe we needed time away. There's this issue of a soulmate, and the fact that you really only get what you believe in. Maybe most people do not believe in soulmates. A conversation I do not want to have. I know you found me. The day I hold you again, I will know God exists. With you, I do not need success. I know success every time that black skin walks through the door. With you, I do not care about money. Wherever, however, whenever, I know we will find a way. You are my sin. Your stripes I willingly bear. Your pain I long for. I do not think most people believe in fairy tale soulmates. Most are victims of love. I create one, you. I manifest us across time and space. I see you in my dreams. I make room for you in my reality because you are my man. I guess this was a part of the plan. Now we both know and we both want to give each other our lives. It is amazing to see 2 eternities in front of me, not being enough reason to stop loving you. It is amazing to see 2 eternities in front of me, not being enough reason to stop loving you. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I just pray I can handle the weight of its decisions. My mission in this lifespan is accepting my soul surpasses time, and we will find each other again. You are my music. With you, I will not need it to feel real. I listen to you by choice. Your voice in my right ear, I know I hear you. We transcend time, dual deities destined to dance, to love in and out of time. My patient love, just glad I found you. Oh.
Okay.
Love on that Black love. Black love
Yes.
needs support. Black men need support. Black women need support. Yes. Love y'all. Thank y'all
That
so
was
much.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Keith, for that poem called Silence.
Was I supposed to keep going?
It is. Crystal!
Crystal with an E.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Damn headphones.
I thought you was putting in earrings. My bad.
Just connect myself. No, I didn't.
Yeah, we went on you.
Greetings.
Hey.
I can't. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Back talk.
Talk back.
Talk back.
All right. So why can't I hear you? All right. Let me.
Them doggone Tampa poets, boy, I tell you. Just divas, I tell you. Because we can't hear you.
Turn your
Use your Android. Get off the iPhone and use your Android.
Hey, ain't gonna be no Android joke.
No, you can't buy everything from the Dollar Tree. You just can't do it. You can't.
We're gonna go to Jessica and come back to you, Crystal. That's all right. If that's all right, pull your hair. Jessica, you ready?
Jessica who?
What you mean, Jessica who? Y'all know who Jessica is? Jessica gone?
Yeah, she said she had to jump off the line.
Oh. So has everyone that wanted to go win yet? Brianna, you going?
No, Yuki.
Who?
Yuki Jackson.
I already went.
I said not Yuki. Yuki do a poem.
He ended up with an extra chromosome. Something happened to this dude, man. Yuki.
Yuki.
They hear you, Wally. There she go. There she go. There she go. You're on spotlight.
You hear me?
Yeah. Yuki do a poem. Wait. Let me. All right. So, Slam is one of my Tampa folk. Yuki is one of my Tampa people as well. So Yuki is the founder. She is an amazing author and a poet, and the founder of the Battleground, which is a community organization that teaches poetry and martial arts to Sulphur Springs, which is one of our inner city areas. doing great work in the community. So shout out to Yuki, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Wally. I've enjoyed this. I was so moved. So, all right, I'm going to share a poem called First Class. Is it because I wasn't loud enough?
Yeah.
Like when I... So, can you hear me?
It's
Literally, am I loud enough?
Mine is going in and out. Everybody else's. Let me try this.
What's that? Can you hear me?
You're going in and out.
Okay. What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you far from your modem?
From my modem?
Yeah. Your internet modem.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not at my house. I don't know where the modem is.
Is that the Hilton? Oh my God, that's the Hilton.
How did you know?
Girl, I've been in some Hiltons before.
That was last week.
Tell on yourself. Tell on yourself.
Can you do it from your phone? You have your phone with you?
Okay. No, this is the thing. I am on my phone.
Oh. I thought it was a laptop. Say something now.
It just might be the signal here.
Yeah, that might be it. Wally, you think she should go? Because it's going in and out. Can you get on the, are you on the hotel's internet?
No, I'm not at the hotel now. Let's see. I'm gonna try logging in from my laptop.
All right.
Instead, that might be better.
Crystal with E, are you ready? I mean, is yours? What can you say?
I'm trying to.
Close. Why the door not closed? All right, Crystal, try yours now. Crystal, you gonna say something? Yuki, you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Go and write that poem.
Okay. Is it because I wasn't loud enough?
Come
Like
on, sister, you good to go.
She's doing the poem, Brother John.
Oh, did I cut you off? I apologize.
It's okay. It's all right. The poem is asking if I'm loud enough, so you know.
She was all smooth with it, threw him off.
So I really want to know, am I loud enough?
I apologize.
It's okay. It's good. Then it sounded genuine. Then I'm glad. Real question. Okay. Is it because I wasn't loud enough? Like when I stand in a classroom of children who don't listen when I try to instruct them. Each time it takes a male voice to draw their attention. It is not enough to be soft and open. Is it only when life takes form in the shape of a gun when you awaken? The proverbial fist in your midsection. Is it not enough to speak with composure, like I'm composed of all that matters, a composition that can't match the composite sketch drawn from my false image, Eve, the first terrorist. Better yet, gorilla who turned the world upside down. Gorilla I was called in the zoo for my blackness. Call me savage. What's more primal than the heartbeat we hear of our mother inside the womb where all is black? I'm most civilized when embracing my animal, like the service animals we hold for comfort when boarding the plane. We're about to take off. The rows of passengers. I, the one who attends to your flight, raise my voice to give you instruction. And when you remember that you'll be lifted into the air and delivered, you will listen.
You're loud enough.
Was it? Thank you.
Back talk.
Top
That's right.
Oh, you like that, huh? You like the shaker?
Brother John, I thought Brother John was coming with one.
Come say hi to the people.
I got one, kid.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And I found some place that sells them on. I found some place online that sells them. I don't know the quality of them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna order one, and then I'll be able to let you know if it's any good.
All right. Okay, Krista got her headphones in, got a necklace on, got a hair did. You want to brush your teeth? Okay.
You like that, huh?
Well, greetings everyone. I wanted to share with Wally. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Love you, sis.
Likewise. So I actually completed the 30 out of 30 this year for Poetry Month. So this was my 8 out of 30. Love is like the oven being on broil for over 39 minutes, and you put your whole 2 arms in without any oven mitts. Love is like in the thick of gridlock traffic, and that's the instance where you need to have your biggest bowel movement. You've been constipated for a week now, so with the first break on the road, you gun it toward your home only to get pulled over and cited. Love is like all the prep work it took you to finally go out for a run, pushing past all the excuses, couldn't even get in the zone with your music just as it starts to rain. Love is like banging your pinky toe on Sunday morning and then banging that shit again on Monday night. Love is like being in a checkout line. You've stood there for 5 minutes, but you tell yourself it's been hours because you're in a rush. You're always in a rush. Scanning the aisles left and right. You choose right, looks empty. You get there only to park your cart to read, "This lane is closed." Love is like taking a test for the 3rd time, a specialty license, as in the bar, cosmetology, or nursing, and you failed it again by 1 measly point. But in practice, you know the information. Love is like devouring something too hot and burning the roof of your mouth, leaving the skin hanging down. Nothing's enjoyable to you now. You have curtains. Just when your mouth begins to heal, the healing process, you open the sensitivity with some steaming ass coffee. But although we burn, have to deal with defecation and overpriced speeding tickets, rainy days and lack of motivation, inspiration, groundhog days, doors closing in frustration, not being able to overcome shortcomings, even those times falling victim to the flame. Ain't love all worth the same? Ain't love worthy of its infamy? Ain't love inside of each and every one of us just desperate as a child to come out and play? Ain't love necessary for the day? Ain't love what this thing is all about? Ain't love the energy that suffocates hate? Ain't love coming around the corner, sneaking, peeking over at you? Ain't love ever made you say, "This is the last time I'm gonna ever give this part away"? Back talk.
Talk back.
Talk back.
Yeah.
Chris, you might need to change your furniture. You keep stuffing your toes like that.
I keep what?
You keep stuffing your toes like on day Monday and Sunday. Like that's not what we mean by take a photo. You need all 5
Oh,
of them.
that was good.
Yeah,
That's a good staccato.
we need all 5 of them.
You know what?
Did Derek make it to his destination? Is that a live picture? Derek. Oh, that is a live picture.
That is a live picture, good time.
Hey, he made it.
That's a Motel 6, Derek. I know what that looked like. Them silly fans right there.
Greetings, Derek.
Was there anybody else wanted to perform before we get Derek to close us out?
C-Main.
Who, Wally?
C-Main.
For real?
Yes.
Not the usher. Right here for the church fan of people.
See, man.
She's taking care of the children.
Nope. Let them children run amok like they usually.
There she go. Hey, C-Main.
Hey, everybody.
All right.
Why your background all glittery while the song was all playing with books and stuff?
Now, what you not gonna do? This is what we not gonna do. What we not gonna do.
And it's real. It's a tablecloth.
Oh, I thought Wally had a little made-up background. Those really were books.
Yeah, see, this is back in the day when you had to hang up a tablecloth, for back, because we don't know how to do the, virtual backgrounds and stuff.
But I like it, though.
It don't even take. Don't encourage that, Keith. Please don't encourage that.
No, I like that.
No, it don't. It don't take all that. Look at that foolishness.
I got a green one and a red one and a blue. I'm joking.
Name decor. I love it. Love it.
All right, so
Derek when they put the flow fan on the ceiling like he got a ceiling fan. He turned his camera off and spin it so it won't stop, then turn it back on.
So I got tagged. Well, I thought I was gonna get away, but I will do this one. It's the I Am poem I got tagged into. The one time I was on Facebook. The struggle is real. So this is my I Am poem. I am the 6 o'clock national news reporting that jails and prisons are going out of business. The #1 story millions will witness. Do you know that the population of inmates are so very few? Crime rates are non-existent. Police officers are bored senseless because the pandemic of righteousness is contagious. My skin color and race are no longer a U.S. crisis. There is no such thing as domestic terrorism or groups like ISIS. Who am I? Great question. I am the unemployment office. At maximum capacity, full of doctors and RNs. The big business of healthcare sells pills and prescriptions, abandoning homeopathic and preventative medicine, but now miracles abound. Sickness is ancient history. These may be difficult words to give sound because innocent-minded company motivates misery. My witness is fitness, organics, apple cider vinegar, honey, and elderberry. But I will not waver or fold. I will hold on to God's unchanging hand. My health is paid for and guaranteed. Spiritually, no gloves or masks are needed to protect me. No disease will contaminate my destiny. The Alpha and Omega will provide. So I meditate every day on Isaiah 53:5. I am healthy. Why? I am good deeds. Growing and knowing. Sharing and caring. Free before 10. You bet on me and win. Spin again and get the same results. I am the daughter of the I Am. Please try to get my name right. Whether we are cousins or kinfolk, don't call me Joseph and try to steal my coat. Jealous lately? Touch not thine, God's anointed. Relying on the old me makes one easily disappointed. I am watered seeds bearing fruit trees, carrying the unshaded character of an olive branch. No weeds welcome, or artificial, no weeds welcome, or artificial friends or highs. I am your mama's concern and her big evil eye, questioning your intent, asking how much money you spent, making sure your spirit is right, affirming your passions to succeed in life. I am accountability. I am your short and long-term memory with the reminder to help your neighbor. When you see them, you should see yourself. One day you will have a need and it shall be given to you in the same manner that you cared for someone else. I am, but who are you?
Okay.
Amen. Oh, yes.
Amen. Oh.
Alpha and Omega.
2 poets, 1 house, 4 pens. Right on, sister and brother. Right on, sister and brother. Yeah. Next up, we got. See, man, you still teaching?
Yeah.
You doing
Teaching
virtual
teachers.
brick and mortar? Brick and mortar?
I'm virtual this year, so I'm online. I have been out of the classroom with students for several years now, but the last few years I work with the teachers. So I'm a teacher trainer, and I work in Florida, but I work for Indiana, Texas, Michigan, and Ohio.
But do you work for Florida too?
No, not this year.
Oh.
No contract with Florida this year, so just private consulting work here. But yeah, most of my work is out of state, actually.
Do you do any private tutoring for students?
I haven't, but I can.
For what grade and what curriculum?
I prefer language arts or Spanish, so that's my background.
Can you like get somebody to overcome Polk County dialect? Or is that that possible?
It's possible. It's possible.
Because I have a friend named Salam Shahid. I was gonna.
I don't know. I don't know about you. I don't know about that. It will be introducing a new type of Spanish, that twang Spanish.
Yes. So y'all, we're gonna close out with Mr. David Standiford. And Derek, before you start, please tell them the shows that you do. Actually, before you start, Derek, let me get Poet Khan back on right quick and tell them about the Complex Mirror series in our next show and the dates.
Yes, we are putting together a show for domestic violence awareness. So it is the Complex Mirrors poetry series presenting HUSH, and it's an acronym for helping understand survivors' healings. And we just want to give people a place to expose their testimonies, what they've been through, So I was talking to a poet about it last night, and it's not necessarily that you have to have like your own experience, but even your opinion about it, I guess, could be your own experience. So just if you feel moved, please. We had a really awesome show. A lot of y'all came out, thanks to Keith for that. And original pieces only. If you'd like to share a song that you feel goes with the theme, it had to be your piece, So if you'd like to be a part of our contribution to that cause, please get in contact with me, get in contact with Keith, and we'd love to have you.
All right.
Can you put that information? Somebody was asking if you could put that information in the chat.
Okay, I'll chat it up.
And Wally, after Derek's poem, I want y'all to mention the other shows that's going on. I know Slam Anderson mentioned one, and you have your show tomorrow, and what you and C-Man is doing as well. Anybody else have anything going on? Trina has something coming up as well. Y'all, please put it in the chat. I mean, I put it in the chat also. It's a group on Facebook I started called Portrait Venues by State. A lot of people called me about like, hey, what's going on in this city? What's going on in this city? So if you got something going on, put it in there. A lot of people go to that because they be traveling and they want to know what's going on in the city. Venues pop up and close down all the time, but we try to keep that current. So if you got anything going on poetry-wise or music-wise, please post it in that group. That's the page I send everybody to. When I don't know what's going on, I tell them to go there, and then sometimes I go and find out stuff too. All right. So, Derek, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah. There you go.
Wally B, one I, from the top of my heart to the bottom of my soul, my apologies for missing the feature. I was driving to Atlanta, so I apologize about that.
Man, well, listen, you never have to apologize for doing life. You know, I know what it is with you. And I don't know if you got a chance to hear what I said, but man, I'm so proud of you. I was telling them how I harkened back to you and Sonny as freshmen, and I did.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I didn't. It was not looking good at all. I was like, these two right here gonna be the one bring down the bull, or they gonna. Y'all, my child flunked out of school fooling around with black on black rhyme. I was like, hey, they go. But man, but proud of you, brother. Love you. And yeah, man, I'm just glad to put eyes on you, man. Thank you. And thank you for the card as well.
Yes, sir, man. I wish it was more than the card, man. You've been an amazing influence on my life. You actually drove me to my first Black on Black Rhyme week. Thank you for that a million times, man. You picked up me, Kayla, and Kizzy Rock. Pettifoot drove us down there, man. So I'll never forget that moment. Thankful for that moment as well. With that being said, every Sunday I host a show called Solve It Sundays, where we interview doers and movers in the community and go through how they learn to solve their twists and turns of life. And then I also released a book called Life is Like a Rubik's Cube, just outlining my journey of, losing my head when I first came down to FAMU and then getting back right. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. And I do my poem. She asked me, what is black on black rhyme? I replied, it's the opposite of black on black crime. Drop the C, but we push positivity and we provide a lot of energy. We follow a set core beliefs and we don't give a man food, but we teach him how to eat. But we feed if he in need. We got our rules, we pay dues, and we do follow a system. Then I thought of all the lives black on black rhyme saved, so it's safe to say that black on black rhyme is a real legend. When I'm down, confused, lost, I write. Instead of confessing to a prayer box, I head to an open mic to get some upliftment or to ease some tension. If I practice Hinduism, I'd head to the Holy Temple for the same symptoms. When I say back talk, that's equivalent to can I get a witness? You giving sermons, it's the same thing as me spitting. Shaking shakers, it's the same thing as catching the Holy Spirit. I proclaim being a poet after y'all claim being Christian. That was my first time stepping into a venue and my spirit got lifted. Instead of psalms, we got limericks performing our lyrics. Traded proverbs for haikus. Drop more knowledge than a brain slipper from pockets or professors at the top college. I get blessings when y'all scream rewind. Hit the crossroads, pulled out a pen and wrote messed up words, crossed them out and kept going. Once stepped in David's shoes, my sling broke, I kept throwing. And when I found poetry, simultaneously I found glory. Started out with a small level of confidence and I kept growing. Now I'm here and it's the realest shit I ever wrote. And if you decided to steal my poem, it'll be the realest shit you ever quote. Open mic doors to me are heaven's gates. Please let me in. I don't care if there's only one person in the audience. Please let me spit. I'm content. Tried the crowds ain't never fit. Everyone has their own genesis through penmanship. The day I joined Black on Black Rhyme is the day I went through deliverance. Told my story. Even when it was born, when y'all listen. First time hitting the stage, I felt christened. Fell in love with a life with no 401ks and pensions. If you're a poet, you know the true meaning of riding around and getting it. Notebooks and matching pens on every Christmas wish list. I live in the present, so I know that I'm gifted. Brainstorming has become one of my sixth senses. I pay to come to open mics and y'all pay attention. Black on Black crime does the killings. Black on Black rhyme does the resurrections. To those who filled the seats, thank y'all for receiving the message. Thank you for allowing me to be in your presence. So in return, I bring gifts, stories of my real life, not fables. Tap your arms, I'm dope like Kane, and to rock a stage, I'm able. These are the reasons I do what I do. I respect all you, Jews, Muslims, and Christians, but Black on Black Rhyme is my real legend. Thank y'all for the opportunity to serve. Y'all be great like the lakes. Y'all be blessed like a sneeze.
Do you want?
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek.
One of the greatest staccato writers on. I see Miss Trina on. We got one of the greatest staccato writers.
Stop it. Y'all gotta make me step my game up.
So
hey,
what are we ready to
Top staccato writers. We can't mention that list without putting your name up there, man.
Well, I got it at the beginning, Derek. You got it at the end. So, Wally, you want to close out with some encouraging words? Tell us what else you got going on. Also, you have CDs as well. I don't know if you mentioned that in your feature or you put it in the chat. How can we find that? And y'all, please, if you haven't already, please donate to the Cash App. Let's try to help out as much as we can during this time of Trump.
First of all, I want to rebuke my wife's nonverbal facial expressions right now. I don't appreciate them at all. I just want to put that out there. You cut your camera off for everything else, but it seems like anyway. But yeah, I do have a CD here. The Influence of Estrogen. I can mail it out. I'm old school. I can't get it digitized. I will eventually. As I mentioned, Charmaine and I will actually be hosting a show tomorrow night. Next Level Entertainment. It's called Vibe Lounge. It's going to be at 8 p.m. I put the link in the chat. So would love to have a few of y'all on there. We're going to be doing some trivia and some games and stuff like that. So it'll be a good time. And as I mentioned as well, we're going to be starting a project called Mouth of the Mural, which is an ekphrastic poetry series where we'll be going around the city and getting with different poets and having them write poems based on some of the murals. So the goal initially was for it to be a community event, a community live event. But obviously because of Corona, we may not be able to do that until the latter part of next year, but we are going to go forward with the series. So look for the first installment, the pilot show, the second week in December. We'll be doing our filming in November, and then we'll be releasing the pilot show in December, and then we'll have our first on-site one in the end of January. So really proud of that, really excited. You all heard him say, I did step down from my role as executive director back in December, but the organization still goes on. Shout out to Liz Priestley, Curtis Davis, Zen Christian Mott, and Brianna Sizik, who are carrying the work forward. I stepped back because of the aforementioned challenges, health challenges with my family, and to concentrate on my role as the Assistant Director of Diversity at the University of South Florida Foundation and Program Director for the Black Leadership Network, which is an organization that provides scholarship funding, professional development training, and mentoring for Black and African American students at the University of South Florida. I like to say that we want to provide a viable path for Black and African American students to attend USF, support for them while they matriculate, and opportunities for them when they graduate. So again, a continuation of this great work. But yeah, man, I love y'all more than I could ever express. And this night has poured into me in ways that I couldn't have even imagined. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Wally. And with that, y'all remember, when life gives you back talk, don't be afraid to talk back.
Oh.
Hope to see y'all next Friday.
Love y'all.
Let's love y'all. Great job, Wally.
Thank you for
Thank y'all, man.
wonderful evening.
Wally, check your cash out.
Got you. Thank you.
All right. See, man, you got some money out your wallet and sent it to me to give back to you. So.
Keith, I should have said this earlier. Family, and y'all spread the word. If you ever get an opportunity to hear Charmaine Jennings live on stage, do not miss it. She is a force of nature.
Thank you, Brother John.
You are, sister, you are amazing. You have given us incredibly memorable moments at Mount Zion, and I remember them.
Whoa.
I'm just saying that to all of you that is, oh, that's Wally's wife. Yep.
That's C-Main's husband.
She's something incredibly powerful to witness and see and hear. I just thank you for letting me say that.
Thank you, Brother John.
You're welcome. Good night, family.
Well, thank y'all once again.
Peace.
God bless you and good night.
Come on, Charmaine, let's go to the Waffle House. I ain't even playing.
God. Oh, you for real? For real? Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Peace.